Hey, this is Rikki ROXX, and you are listening to ROXX100.com.
The Big Rock.
The Big Rock. Keeping the music alive.
Bon Jovi. Lenny Kravitz.
Hey, all you rockers. This is Johnny J, your host for The Big Rock. Catch me right here on ROXX 100 as we are keeping the music alive, rocking the 70s, 80s, and 90s. The Big Rock on ROXX 100.
Rock. The Big Rock. The Big Rock.
Everything that rocks. Rocks.
Feel your best before making an arrest. What you gonna pick? Cop pockets when you don't want something salady. Avoid police brutality. What you gonna pick? Cop pockets.
Cop pockets, filled with juicy jelly, mouth-watering maple and bacon, and creamy custard on a crispy donut.
When you want an easy meal while you're busting that your deal. What you gonna pick? Cop pockets.
The cop meal in a pocket.
What you gonna pick? Cop pockets.
Hey kids, would you like to be a rock god the likes of David Lee Roth in his heyday? Then you need to get the
RIKKI ROXX Rock God Starter Kit.
Each kit comes complete with black nail polish, eyeliner, sparkly scarf, an actual chick magnet, a velvet jacket to make all the girls go wild, and an over-the-hat skull cap with bandana accessory. Act Now will also include a handy booklet showing you all the best places to wear your sunglasses at night. Regularly a $29.95 value, now yours free when you take advantage of this fabulous offer. But don't act just yet. We'll also throw in a wall poster chart diagramming all the best rock faces to enchant your audience, proven to wet the ladies' panties in mere seconds. For all you newbies, this great kit also includes a CD demonstrating how to push your voice for the radio, taught by Rikki ROXX himself. So quit being a big puss and man up rock style with the
RIKKI ROXX Rock God Starter Kit.
Now yours for just $29.95 plus $99.95 shipping and handling. Call now. 1-800-ROCK-GOD. That's 1-800-ROCKGOD. Now. Operators and tattooed hookers are standing by to take your order.
Did you wake up this morning with a nasty rash and nothing but regret? Did you go home with a sweaty bass player last night? Did you wake up wanting to chew your own arm off because some skank's laying on it? Are you feeling a burning, itching sensation in your crotchal region? Do you feel like you need to scratch your ass with tree bark? Are you walking around like you were banged with a Scud missile? Did you meet someone at the bar you thought would actually call you back? Idiot! Then you need Skankosporin. It'll cool that burning sensation before you do the walk of shame to the cab. That's Skankosporin Itch Paste.
Available at In-N-Out Party Stores, Bottles and Stuff, 8 Mile Liquor, and Cunningham Drugs. Without pain of the life
program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron or a member of the PTL club, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more stupid, narrow-minded, pencil-neck geeks who wouldn't know the First Amendment if it came up and bit them on the butt. Thank you.
Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks. It's Rikki rocks, coming out of the box. Bitches come in flocks, trying to steal his jocks. He needs to be contained with padded rocks. It's the Rikki ROXX Show, spreading like the pox. Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks. Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks, yeah. Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks. Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks, yeah. Rikki rocks up in your grill, motherfucker.
Yeah. Okay. That works. Now okay, that's gone. Okay, we're good. All right. Can you hear yourself, Larry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Barely.
Okay. Better?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So here we are, episode number 139 of the Rikki ROXX Show right here on Rocks100.com and YouTube Live. I am Rikki ROXX. Larry's back from his epic vacation.
If you want to call it that.
Was it an epic vacation?
Fuck no, it sucked.
Why did it suck?
I don't know.
It just sucked. You know, there wasn't bitches everywhere. Isn't that what you do?
Right.
Just crawling with bitches?
Yeah,
and hoes? None of that?
No. I had my kids, so.
That don't matter. Be like, kids, this is what you call a bitch. She's going to play with daddy's pee-pee for a little bit. Go play your Nintendo.
Yeah. Here's my phone. Go watch YouTube. No, I mean, it was all right.
Yeah, we had Bob on the show last week. It was actually a pretty good show. I was actually impressed. So this week we have a killer show. This is going to be a good one. We're going to have Katie Puga from the band Fatal Conceit in the 8 o'clock hour. Going to be talking to her about all things Fatal Conceit. They have a new single out called Devil's Little Helper. And the lyric video's already got like almost 7,000 views on YouTube and all that shit. And it's only been released for less than a week.
Right.
It's fucking crazy. So we're going to be talking to her about all things Fatal Conceit, what they got going on. And she was like, dude, I'm like nervous, you know, because last time we had him on the show, Tim was with her.
Right.
You know, so now she's doing it solo.
Nah, it should be fine.
You know, so she's like, I'm nervous. What are you going to talk about? Because we're going to do something a little bit different today. Because I'm like, okay, you know, we could ask the normal, you know, questions and all that. And I'm like, let's have some fun or something like that. So we're going to play 20 questions. I compiled a list of 20 questions that we're going to ask Katie. Okay. Totally unrelated to music. Totally unrelated. Nothing to do with music. You know, kind of get to know the artist behind the bass, I guess. So we're going to do that with her. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be cool. Hopefully it's gonna be cool. I have like technical stuff worked out, like background music and all this shit. So we'll see if it all works out. So we're gonna be talking to her. Of course, we're gonna be playing Devil's Little Helper in a little bit, and Taking Back the Name. We're gonna play that song as well during the show. And word up to everybody in the chat. Capri's in there, Steve Ingiel, everybody else who's in there, make some noise in the chat and let me know what's going on. Of course, we have our Pump or Dump Band of the Week coming up, our Beer of the Week coming up. But right now, it's time for our Nuts and Bolts and Harsh Truth segment. This is the segment of the show where you guys send us whatever question you have about anything having to do with anything. It's usually music related because I don't think people trust our opinions on anything. Well, they probably don't trust our opinions on music either. But, you know, where you guys can send questions in for advice from two unqualified dolts that play in local bands. You know, if you have a question, send us your question to Rocks100 at Rocks100radio@gmail.com. This week, this is a doozy. We have a question from Jackie in Monroe, Michigan. I don't know if this is a boy or girl. It's one of those. It can be either. Okay. He or she asks, hey guys, got a question for you. I'm currently in a band and we are good, and I really love the guys in the band, but I got asked to join a band that is doing bigger and better things than the band I am in now. I only have time for one band. What should I do? Okay, so this is the conundrum. Okay, and I actually had a similar conversation over the weekend with somebody. And, well, Kayla Drange, I was talking to her about this. And so this is the situation. You know, a lot of people have this thing where my band is my family, my second family. These are my brothers, all that dumb bullshit. It's stupid. I hate when people say that. You know, Casting Shadows, yeah, they're cool guys, kind of friends. They're not my fucking brothers. What the fuck? You know, if I quit the band, they wouldn't talk to me anymore. You know, so not brothers. You know, so you're in a band. You love these guys. They're your brothers and all this shit. You guys get along fine, having a blast. Another band comes along, doing bigger and better things. You know, better shows, better opportunities, better recordings, better potential. What do? Do you stay with your brothers, your family, or do you move on to greener pastures? Larry.
Well, you know, I've only been in one band my whole life, so.
Well, I mean, let's do this. Say, oh God, what's name a band that's maybe a little bit bigger than Fallen Stronger. You know, like a touring band or something like that you really like.
That I really like.
Yeah, that you'd be like, oh man, I could totally kill this as a singer. Oh, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Okay. Static X. Let's just go with that.
Okay.
Static X. They're like, hey, Edsel Dope's a dope. We don't want him as our singer anymore. You know, we're gonna be doing playing mid-sized venues, the size of Diesel, say. You know, like 500-600 cap rooms. But we want to give you the job, but you got to ditch that Fallen Stronger shit. You got to leave that shit at the fucking door. You're done with that band if you want to be in Static X. What do you do?
So national, is that what you're getting at?
You know, a band that's doing better things than what you're doing now. They're like, oh, we want to do a new album. We want to move on with the Static X thing. We want to kind of not do the Remembering Wayne Static thing forever. They want to keep going. They want Larry Smith, the infamous mic dropper, to pick up that said mic and be frontman, Static X. But Fallen Stronger's got to go away. You don't do it?
No.
Why not?
Because Fallen Stronger is mine. Like, if I couldn't do it, man. I'm true to my own thing. I'm not looking to get big. I'm not looking to go to I'm not looking for the next level. I'm just looking to make music and play stages, and that's it. I'll stick with
But the opportunity to make a living being a singer, and you're coming out with new music with Static X. You know, you're writing the lyrics.
I never wanted that, man.
You never wanted to write lyrics and sing in a band?
I write the fucking lyrics. What do you mean?
I never wanted to do any of that.
No, I mean, I never wanted to do any of that on a big level. You know, it's more of a hobby and more fun than it is for me to be big at it. I'm good with the local deal, honestly.
Wow. I'm the complete other way. You know,
I never looked at this my band to make money, honestly.
Yeah. It's a hobby.
It is.
Okay.
Expensive hobby.
See, I'm the complete other way. You know, if a band came up to me, I mean, it could be pretty much anyone at this point, you know, local band, whatever. You know, they're like, hey, Rikki, we want you in the band, but you got to dump that Casting Shadow shit. I'd be like, fuck yeah. Fuck you, Jeff. I'm out of here. Fuck you. Gone, bitches.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
I do, but I don't know.
Wow. Okay, so say you wanted to make this your career. Would you dump Fallen Stronger? You know, if that was your goal. If that was your goal to make a living doing music.
Well, if it was my goal, then yeah, for sure. I probably would take that. Anybody would.
I don't know. Because I was talking to somebody, and actually I've had this conversation with a lot of people. You know, they're like, oh man, you know, this band asked me to join them. You know, they're right on the verge. They're about to do some stuff, you know, and I want to make it as a musician, but my band is my family. They're my brothers. Your brothers ain't paying the bills, motherfucker. Your brother... You know, and this is why I tell people, I'm like, as much as they're, you know, you think they're brothers, like I admit I was the same way for a long time. My band is my brothers, you know, together forever, totally gay and all this shit. You know, we're going to touch each other and our genitals, and it's going to be a merry good time, and we're going to frolic through the fields into rock and roll bliss. You know, I quit the band or I get fired. I never talk to those motherfuckers again. you know, like we're a month prior, you're my brother, you're my family and all this. I'm like, your family life must fucking suck if you get into an argument and you kind of go your separate ways and you never talk to them again. Right. You know, so a long time ago, I was kind of like, okay, you know, you guys can be cool. We can be buddies. We can be friends and all that, but I ain't doing this family brother garbage. It's stupid. Kids out there who want to join bands, don't fall into this thing where you think they're your family. Stop it. Horrible. Not your family. They're buddies. Okay, going back to the chat. Sitch Voice, band is bullshit. Band ain't family. Give it a long, hard thing. David Bowie wanted Stevie Ray Vaughan to stay in his backup band. Stevie Ray decided to stay with his own band, Double Trouble, and great success. There it is. See, Stevie Ray Vaughan. He could have played, you know, with David Bowie, but he went solo and did better. Right. Okay. So, getting off to a great start here. So what's been going on, Larry? You weren't here last week, and Bob Sergott was here, but you are back. What have you been up to?
Busy as usual.
What have you been doing? You say you're busy, and then you don't elaborate on this at all.
You know, doing work for the landlord, resanding hardwood floors and painting, and you know, had the kids this week and birthday parties and friends coming down from up north and
trimming weed.
Trimming lots of weed.
God, it smells like I have a dispensary in my basement now.
I left. Yeah, sorry, man.
I'm like, well, I can smell Larry's here.
All right. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been tiring though.
Yeah. You gotta make that cheddar now. Turn the weed into cheddar. Right?
I guess. If that's how it works.
Isn't that how it's supposed to work?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this weekend for me, got a lot of shit happened. This would kind of lead into a kind of like kind of an announcement kind of thing, but kind of not. Okay, so over the weekend, what was it yesterday? I went to Diesel. I emceed a show. I don't do that much anymore, the emceeing thing, you know, and, you know, people were asking me at the show, Ricky, why don't you do the emceeing thing anymore? You know, you're really good at it and you get people amped up and all that. I'm like, this is the reason I don't do it. And this is kind of why I stopped, because I sat down and thought about it. I'm like, okay, I have to pretty much portion off an entire day. It's a day where I can't do anything else. That's the only thing I'm doing this day is getting ready for this show, make sure I have sleep, make sure I eat and all this crap, and get ready to go spend 7 hours at a bar. And all I do when I MC these shows is get up on stage for about 2 minutes, unless I'm completely hammered, I'll be up there for 20. But, you know, 1 or 2 minutes, get people amped up, introduce a band, and walk off. You know, so over the course of 7 hours, I'm on stage for it's supposed to be like a combined 15 minutes. So I'm portioning off an entire day, taking a whole day out of my life to spend 10 to 15 minutes on stage and talk. And nobody's cheering for Rikki or anything like that. They're all cheering for the bands and all this shit. People out in the audience are like, dude, get the fuck out of here. We want to hear the bands. We want to hear you bloviate for 2 minutes, you know? So that's why I stopped doing it. Cause I'm like, dude, I'm spending like all this money at the bar to get up on stage 2 minutes every hour. Kind of, you know, can you see where the juice isn't quite worth the squeeze with that one?
Right.
You know, so it's one of those things that I'm like, well, I'll do it if I get paid kind of thing. I'm like, if you're going to give me some money, you know, I'll do anything for $1, you know, give me that glory hole. I'll start jerking dicks if you throw enough money at me, you know? And so, you know, Pride Fest, you know, we'll talk about that in a minute. But it was my buddy Aaron Foltz and the Convalescents. And, you know, we listened to the Convalescents. We played them at the top of the show, their song Reflections. You all know I'm not a big metal guy. I don't like, that's not my gig. This is 5 bands of, that's all this is, you know? So it was funny. It's like I'm standing on the side of the stage. One of the bands, I can't remember which, it was either Yokai or Bog of Wraith or whatever. There was 5 guys that were singing. So that, they're sound checking the mics. Every single one of them was doing that. In the mics. I'm like, this is the most fucked up sound check I've ever heard in my life. It's just 5 guys grabbing mics and going, and I'm like, why do you need 5 guys to go, It's like, guys, you sound like you're fucking sick. You all got the Rona or something. Go hack up your cigarettes or something. It sounds, so I'm like, I'd introduce these bands and all this, and I can appreciate the music and the guitar stuff and all that. The vocals, I absolutely don't like. It's so miserable. It hurts my head. Right. Just the, stuff. Yeah. Got to give them props that, they can destroy their throat like that for that low guttural thing. But not my gig. So, as Aaron, he's like, Rikki, can you please do this for me? And I'm like, okay, well, I didn't have any plans for this Saturday, and with me not wanting to be around the girl upstairs, I'm like, any excuse to get out of the house is a good excuse for me. So here we go. And so I went and did that, and then I was talking to Katie, who we're gonna have on the show in the 8 o'clock hour. I'm like, well, what do you I ask all the time, what are your plans for the weekend? And she's like, well, I'm going to Pride Fest in Ferndale. I'm like, oh shit, that's this weekend, because I grew up in Ferndale, and I was there like the first Pride, because I'm like, whatever, it's something to fucking do, so I'm like, I hadn't, since I moved up here, I don't go because it's 40 minutes away from here, so I'm like, okay, well, how long you be down there? And she's like, well, maybe for a little bit. She ended up staying all fucking night. So this is what happens. This is my Saturday. Death metal show. Okay. Stuff for about 5 or 6 hours or however long it was. Get in my car, go down to Ferndale, motherfucking dance club, playing the gayest hits of the 90s. It's a lot of like Beyonce, put a ring on, kind of shit. And I'm like, oh my God, this is totally not my scene at all. So here I am, I put I did my nails for it, to kind of try to fit in, but I still had like the black eye stuff on from the show. All I did was, and I have that one blue shirt with the rainbow and the unicorn tank. So I'm like, that looks kind of gay. Let's fucking wear that. So I put that on, but I'm still wearing my kilt, and I'm wearing my socks and my cons and all this, and the hat and the weird aviators and shit. And I put a bow on, and I had my necklaces. Yeah. So, I kind of, I was kind of in the, I guess, decorum of a lot of the people there. And, God, so, dance club's not my gig. It was there I realized I am no longer a 20-something. I am almost 40, and I feel like a pedophile sitting in this fucking dance club. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go hang out on the smoking patio. They have a bar out there. It's quieter. See, that's another thing. I'm like, it's too loud in there. Can they turn the volume down? It's boom, 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 and all this. So I'm outside. And God bless everybody there. They appreciate the work I do on my nails and my makeup and all this. So like, how do you get your makeup so nice? And I'm like, well, this is what I do, so I can actually go into my makeup tips with all these people. They're like, oh my God, so, so I'm out there like talking to all these people, and they're just completely fascinated on my makeup. Even the guys are like, oh my God, I can't even get my makeup to look like that. And how do you do it? I'm like, well, I've been doing the makeup bit I'm like, you should see me when I'm full bore, spider webs and shit. It's just a little bit. And I'm like, well, first you do the primer, then you do the foundation, then you do the eyeliner, and then you kind of blend the eyeshadow. And they're like, do you do your own nails? They look fabulous. And I'm like, yeah, I do them myself. I've been painting my own nails since I was about 13 years old. They're like, oh my God. And I'm like, wow, these people appreciate the work I put into this. I go to rock shows. Nobody asks me about how I do my nails or how I perfectly blend my eyeshadow. I don't think you've ever asked me once how I blend my eyeshadow.
Nope.
No, nobody does. So it's super cool on that, and they like the outfit and all that. Usually I go to metal shows looking like that. I'd be like, who the hell's that dick? Walking around a fucking kilt and boas and all this shit. People look at me like I'm a fucking retard. I'm sure the first time you saw me walk into a bar with a bow, you're like, is he married to a guy or a girl? Kind of. Who's this? Who's this guy? And
it was interesting.
Yeah. So, oh Lord. So, Psycho Care Bear, what's going on? Hanging out in the chat. Yeah, it's a thing. So as I say, I was kind of hanging out, and I started thinking because I got to talk to this. I can talk about this when Katie gets on. Kayla Drange, finally got to talk to her from the band Stage Drive, huge up and coming band out of Detroit, and kind of met her in passing a couple times, social, Facebook talking and shit like that, but I had never had a chance to sit down and talk to her. Young kid, another thing that makes me feel old is this whole new generation of musicians coming through that are 21, 22, 23 and all this. I'm like, oh, I remember when I was that age, and when the old dudes would come talk to me, I'd be like, oh my God, Right. So I go up to her, I'm like, Kayla, what's going on? She's like, looks at me for a second, and she has to do a double take. She's like, Rikki fucking rocks. And I'm like, yeah, that's like, what the hell are you doing here? And I'm like, what? I grew up here, and I came down, and so I was talking to her and about the band and what she's got going on and all this. And, she'll put out I kind of got an inside tip on stuff that's going on, but she'll put it out there when it's official and all that. So, it's cool talking to her and all that, ran into Katie, who we're going to be talking to in the 8 o'clock hour, and Tim from Fatal Conceit and all that. And don't forget to like the video. Yeah, like the video, do a thing. Let's go. I guess that's Tim. Tim's in there. So yeah, it was cool running into all of them. And, I started thinking, about all the young kids and all this, and that are coming into music now, and, how I'm getting older. And we talked about it a couple weeks ago about, hanging it all up, and I was with everything going on and all this, this is why I say it's not really an announcement, but I am going to be retiring. I'm going to put the Rikki ROXX thing to bed. I'm going to stop it all, and I'm going to leave music, everything. I don't know when it's going to happen. Of course I got to do the shows with casting and, maybe the record and, and with all that said, things can change, because we're talking the end date being next year, so a lot can change in 6, 7, 8 months. But right now, if things are kind of plodding along the path it is now, I'm going to be done. Not gonna be playing in bands anymore. Not gonna be doing the radio show. I'm gonna pack it all in and be done with it. And because there's other things I've been doing outside of music to try to kind of something away from the job. And I've been getting into finance and stuff like that. So and I'm starting to do kind of well with it. I'd do better if I had more time and resources to pump into it. So I'm starting to do pretty good with my finance career. And so, if everything works out the way it's kind of trotting, of course I'm going to play the rest of the shows with casting. We're going to be playing, I think our last show for the year is going to maybe be the first or second week of September. We might do a local show or something like that. And, I'd like to do a record with them. And if we're on the same path, once the record's done, I'll probably do the CD release or something like that, and that'll be my last show. It'll probably be a CD release / finally Rikki's gone kind of thing, So it's going to be Steve Engel 24 days until he retires. So yeah, it's something I've been thinking about a lot. The kids, and all this, and the music, this is where it kind of gets hippy dippy and all this shit. But I want to put all this stuff out there, so people kind of understand where I'm coming from. The music that in the scene and everything music has, exposed me to. There's been a lot of good, a lot of bad, and got to do a lot of cool shows, make some cool music, play with some awesome people, and meet a lot of bands and all that. And, the music scene has shown me love. It's shown me rejection. It's shown me, I've met people that I have really huge, deep feelings for and love them to death. And, you know, moving on with my life, I feel that if, like I said, if I keep plodding along this path, anything can change. This might all be bullshit in 5 months, you know. But if everything goes down this path, you know, I think it's best if I just completely disappear from the music thing. Put Rikki ROXX to bed. I'm almost 40 fucking years old. You know, all these kids are coming in that are a lot better than me and can put on a better show than me. And yeah, I got the radio voice and all that. And, you know, I could keep doing this, but what good is it going to be if I'm not out or if I'm not playing or going to shows? What good is this? You know, so, you know, that's kind of the plan if the trajectory holds true. You know, sometime in 2023, Rikki ROXX going to be hanging it up and moving on with my life. And yeah, what do you think of that, Larry?
Hey, man, do what you feel, brother. That's all I can say. Whatever makes you happy, man.
Finance can be good. 30 plus years in banking. All right, so there it is. So yeah, going to be retiring. Hopefully, maybe not. Like I said, this could all be bullshit. You know, things could not, you know, if one thing moves in a different direction, it could move this whole thing. And, you know, I might be around for another 20 years. You know, any one thing can totally shift this thing. But the trajectory it looks like it's on is leading to the retirement bit and, you know, hanging it up and saying bye to all ya and disappearing off the face of the earth, you know, and being the guy who wears a fucking suit and deals in financial derivative securities, you know, and so yeah, you know, super cool. And you know, when I know for sure, you know, well, you know, we're gonna keep doing the show up until then, so we're gonna be doing the show for a long time. We still got plenty of time. So yeah, what else do we got? Yeah, Pride Fest. It was cool. You know, went and this is the thing I don't like, you know, going to those dance clubs and shit. This is my normal Jack and Coke. Okay. The cups that they're, God, I don't know if I don't have a cup that small down here, but they're like the little, you have them in your bathroom. Yeah. You know, those small little fucking cups, and they're charging you like $8 for a Jack and Coke and a cup about, you know, like the cup you have in your fucking bathroom. One of those kind of like a small
Dixie cup.
A little bit bigger than that, you know, maybe double the size of a Dixie cup, you know. And I'm like, oh, God, it's going to cost me a fortune. So anyway, I was just drinking and getting fucking stupid. And I drove home and, you know, went to bed and watched the kids and all this. And yeah, no, all this was on Friday. It wasn't yesterday. It was Friday. Yeah, because I was like, no, it couldn't have been yesterday because I wasn't hungover today. So yeah, super cool. And now once I make the announcement thing, all the viewers skyrocket and everybody tunes in now, so nobody even fucking heard it. Okay, got thrown off. What are we doing here? Yeah, okay. So what time are we looking at? 7:30. So we got plenty of time here. Anything you got going on with the band? Anything interesting? Just member changes?
No
guitar players, drummers, singers?
No,
nothing.
We're good there.
You're playing it. You are going to be playing this Battle of the Bands on what is it? Friday?
The 11th.
The 11th. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you excited? Your bullshit Battle of the Bands.
Just another show, bro.
That's another reason I'm like, God, I can't wait to not have to see these bullshit shows anymore. Fucking horrible. So yeah, okay. Well, you know, next on, I don't have any upcoming shows as far as ROXX 100 is concerned. Like I said, I don't like emceeing and hosting shows anymore. But as far as this show goes, next week we're gonna be talking to Chris Slapnick from Ava Under Fire. I'm actually going to see them on Tuesday. I'm going to see Nothing More, Atreyu, and Ava Under Fire. Asking Alexandria dropped off the tour. So I'm like, good, because I don't like them anyway. They're a fucking garbage band. I like Nothing More. Atreyu's okay. And Ava Under Fire, you know, at the Fillmore down in Detroit. So this is the most I've ever spent to go see a local band.
Well, I get to see him at Louder Than Life in Louisville, and I spent fucking buku bucks for that.
Oh, God. Yeah, I've seen prices on those festivals. I'm like, what the? How the fuck can they get 200,000 people to spend this kind of money? God, I should do one of those.
Right.
I'll come back to music. I'm going to do one of these big ass festivals and charge like $3,000.
Yeah, you only need to do it once.
Fucking do it once and I'm done. So yeah, going to see Nothing More, Atreyu, Ave Under Fire on Tuesday. That's going to be super cool. There's going to be a lot of people there actually, that because Ave Under Fire and all that. So there's going to be a lot of people there, I know. So it's going to be super cool. Yeah, so next Sunday we can actually talk to Chris about the I think this is like getting toward the end of the tour they're on. So we're gonna be able to talk to Chris. We were supposed to talk to him today, but he had the Rona, so he was off the tour for about a week. So he had to come home, and I think the Detroit show is his first show back, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna talk to him on Sunday. June 19th, we're going to be talking to James Ryder from the band Ryder out of Brooklyn, New York. We'll be talking to him again. He was on the show a long time ago, and bringing him back on. They've got new tracks out, and they're doing some cool stuff, so we're going to be talking to him. So yeah, we're going to keep trucking right along with the show, and it's going to be super cool. So yeah, we can get into our Pump It or Dump Band of the Week. This is the segment of the show where I do my damnedest to scour the interwebs and all the deep, dark, convoluted, swill-ridden gutters of the internet to find independent bands that you might not have found out about otherwise. And this week is no different. If you are a fan of Deftones, fan of that band?
Yeah.
Deftones?
For sure.
I don't know this band, Stray from the Path. No, me either.
Nah.
Korn?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so you dig Korn. This is a band out of Montreal, Quebec. Frenchy country. Canucks, but they're more Frenchy. Like, merci beaucoup, motherfucker. Kind of thing. Yeah. It's a thing. Called Dead Velvet. And they speak English in this, so if people are like, oh, they're from Montreal, they got to be doing metal in French. That'd be kind of weird, but it's in English. They have a new single called Lonely Wreck. Super cool. And you can find these guys, facebook.com/deadvelvetmtl for Montreal. Info on these guys. Based on Montreal, Quebec, Dead Velvet is a metal band formed in 2021, striving to serve up their own poetic blend of atmospheric chaos, dirty grooves, and emotional turmoil. That sounds like a positive message. They are set out to provide provocative, intense, no bullshit performances, pulling in influences from multiple genres, including nu metal, hardcore, hip hop, and everything in between. They are sure to make you move your feet. Their first single, "The Dogs," recorded with Maxime Lacroix, that sounds French, of House of Gain Studios, was released in early 2022, and just a few months after, they are ready to present their second introductory single, Lonely Wreck, which we'll be listening to in a minute. With a multitude of other bone-crushing tunes in the works, Dead Velvet are making their way to a stage near you. So we're going to listen to that. Last week, we had Variant out of Tampa Bay, Florida. Nobody gave a shit about their song Ritual. It got 2 fucking votes, and one of them was me. So it's a thing. And if you guys want to go vote on this after you hear it, head on over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/rocks100. Find the Pump It or Dump Band of the Week post. Give it a big thumbs up if you dig it. Give it the face if you did not. And so, yeah, here we go. We're going to play Lonely Wreck and from the band Dead Velvet right here on episode number 139 of of this show on rocks100.com.
Rock your violence!
All right, so that was a thing. What'd you think of that one? Dead Velvet, Lonely Wreck.
Thought it was pretty cool.
Pretty cool. I thought that was fucking awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
it was awesome. It was good. It was good. How come they don't? Like how they said the corn thing was really easy to spot. But
Yeah.
What about some Linkin Park, man?
They can't squeeze all that into one song.
Fuck, but that's what it sounded like. It sounded a little Linkin Parkish to me.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I don't know.
No.
I thought it was pretty fucking cool.
It was
I
badass.
actually like that one. The video was really
I
well
would pump
done.
the fuck out of that thing.
So yeah, it's very rare that I like anything metal, but I really kind of dug that one. So yeah, there it is. Dead Velvet out of Montreal, Quebec, and their song Lonely Wreck. Head on over to facebook.com/deadvelvetmtl to check out more from them. They have their other single, The Dogs. They're both available on Spotify and all that streaming shit. So yeah, if you guys could share this on your social media, that would be great. In just a couple minutes, in about 20 minutes, we are going to be talking to Katie Kixx, Puga, from the band Fatal Conceit. We're going to listen to some of them in a little bit. Their new single, Devil's Little Helper, recorded at the Sound Shop over here on, I think it's, I don't know what city the fuck it's in. It's around here. So I don't know if it's Chesterfield or not, but it's around here. With Kevin Wesley Williams.
Oh, it's on Gratiot and 20 and a quarter miles.
Yeah, it's like just north of Hull. And nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about, but yeah, it's about 15 minutes from here. So super cool. And so we're going to talk about that, putting that whole thing together, and their lyric video they have out for it, and what's going on with the band. We got 20 questions with Katie. So it's going to be super cool. You can get into that, have some fun with that. And because she was like, oh, it'd be nice if we could play a game on the show. I'm like, well, can't play strip poker on the show because that would get taken down really fucking quick. We can't play truth or dare because, again, that would get taken down really fucking quick. So I'm like, what the fucking kind of game can you play when you're just talking to somebody over Zoom? So I couldn't think of anything. So I'm like, dude, we can just, I was trying to come up with stuff. I'm like, what if I just do 20 questions or something like that? So came up with 20 questions. We're all going to answer them, to kind of make it so we're not teaming up on Katie, just trying to get her to spill her guts. So we're all going to do it. So it's going to be fun. I don't know how long it's going to take, but it'll be a good time. She's like, well, we have an hour. I'm like, we have as long as I fucking want. I can do this show for fucking 5 hours, if I wanted to, right. So I'm going to get into that with her and everything else. She sent me like she's one of those people that like overly prepares for interviews. Like she sent me like a a picture of all the stuff that's been going on. She wrote it all. She wrote it all down. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on there, but she like wrote it like all down on like a notepad or something like that. And I'm like, sweetie, you're really putting too much effort into this. You know, I have no idea what I'm going to ask you until I fucking ask it. I have no questions other than the 20 questions thing. I have no idea what I'm going to talk to you about. Right. And she's like, well, I need to make sure it lasts an hour. I'm like, no, I don't. If you fucking suck, I'll kick you off after 10 minutes. I can do whatever the fuck I want, you know, so you better be fucking interesting. If it fucking sucks, see you later, you know. Because there's been those interviews, and I try to stretch them, you know, because I'm like, I don't have a fallback segment if the interview goes shitty, right? You know, so then it kind of turns into, oh, what do you want to do for a half hour? You know, so it'll be good. She can be a good talker, so super cool. What we're gonna? Oh, beer of the week. All right, so this week we have let me get the can out for y'all so y'all can check it out. Larry's not going to like this one, I can already tell. This is Rheingeist Brewery out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and their Knowledge Imperial IPA. This is an 8.5% ABV, 98 IBUs. So that means it's going to be very hoppy. You like plants and stuff like that. You smoke them, so now you can drink it.
Yeah. I don't like barley and I don't like hops.
Oh, this has a lot of hops on it. I was telling them on the break, I'm like, this is going to be one of those potpourri things where you're looking at a potpourri dish that I always talk about with IPAs. I think this is going to be one. I've never had it, so I don't know.
It smells sweet.
Okay, so hopefully it's not that bad.
Fucking fruit cocktail.
I picked this up for $12.99 for 12-ounce cans from B&B Beer and Wine right here in Chesterfield, Michigan. Description on this one: intense and refined. Knowledge delivers notes of resinous pine. Oh, resin. That's a thing you weed guys are into, right? Resin?
Sure.
That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. So there's that. Dank sap. That's another weed thing. Dank. Isn't that a weed thing? Dank?
I guess.
Don't they call some weed, because they have those names for them and all that? Isn't like
Dank.
OG Dank or something like that? Or Dank OG and
House of Dank.
House of Dank.
Yeah.
That's a weed thing. There you go. Pithy grapefruit. I don't think.
I love grapefruits, man. But I don't know what the fuck pithy is. But
doesn't grapefruit supposedly make your cum taste better? I heard that when I was a kid.
Pineapple.
Oh, was it? Yeah, it was one of those where they're like.
You think grapefruit would be like eating lemons, be sour?
Quick aside, you gotta do the quick aside since we did that. You know, with the pineapple better tasting cum thing. So this is a funny story. So when me and Nikki first started dating, and it finally got to that point where she was going, you know, like that, and I'm like, oh man, you know, at that time I was like smoking like 3 packs a day. I'm like, that's gonna taste like shit, you know. So I'm like, I gotta prepare for this because I want her to do this more than once. I don't want her to be like, oh god, what the? It tastes like an ashtray, you know. That's what I thought. So I'm like looking online. At this point, it's like dial up. So, well, you know, what makes your cum taste better? You know, me looking this up, what makes cum taste better? And they're like, oh, dude, pineapple juice will fucking kill it. You know, it'll taste nice and sweet and all this. I'm like, awesome. This is what I want for her. That'll be great. What does my ass do? I go to the fucking store and I buy one of those big old canisters. You know, probably like a gallon. You know, in the can. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm gonna drink this whole motherfucking thing. I slammed a whole, you know, probably about this big, about that big around of pineapple juice. And I'm slamming it. Like just full send slamming this shit. Cause I'm like, it's got to work through the system. Better more than not enough, you know. I got fucking sick and started throwing up everywhere. It obviously did not happen because I was on the fucking toilet all fucking night throwing up pineapple juice and whatever I had eaten that day. I'm like, I did this for you. And she's like, that's fucking horrible. You know, I wasn't going to swallow it anyway. You know,
oh, you would have been so disappointed.
So that's my pineapple thing, you know, so I don't know where that aside came from, but and it does have ripe pineapple in it. So there it is. Very next ingredient. Chewy hops. Chewy. A zesty punch. This so many weird words. Erudite, ERUDITE, Imperial IPA sharpens the perceptive depths in the studious night. What The fuck kind of description is this? Anyway, beeradvocate.com gave this a 9 out of 10, rating it an outstanding beer. Larry, what are you thinking on Rheingeist's Brewery's Knowledge Imperial IPA? Oh, no.
It tastes like I just ate the fucking peel of a grapefruit. Oh, man. But I like it. I love grapefruits.
The same thing happened last time. You smell it, you're like, whoa, this is going to be a 2, and then you drink it, but we kind of like it.
It's just got that, I don't know, sour after bite to it.
Yeah.
Which kind of reminds me of, I don't know, a grapefruit, like it says a little bit. It does say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I mean, it's all right.
I got the shivers on that one. What do you think?
It's
Scale 1 to 10.
7.5.
Okay, I was like, he's gonna go 5 on this one. Okay, 7.5 from Larry. Most IPAs, like I was expecting this one to be very, very bitter. Mostly with the high IBUs. Like, once you get above like 50, you start getting the very hoppy kind of thing, more bitter, kind of cottonmouthy kind of bit. So I'm like, ooh, 98. This is going to be one of those, you're going to be like, kind of shit. But this is actually marginally smoother than most IPAs with this high of an IBU. I don't know what of these ingredients would have, smoothened it out. Maybe it's the sap or whatever.
It's the resin, man.
It's the resin. I'm going to be high now, ain't I?
It coats your throat.
I'm going to be high as a fucking kite. Or the pithy grapefruit, But yeah, it's a lot smoother. And I noticed when I was pouring it, the head of the beer wasn't as big.
That was the chills.
It was almost like if you get one of those nitro beers, the head is more frothy rather than bubbly. This kind of had that same kind of thing. So you can do a hard pour on this thing. You'll get it in your glass, no problem. So that was kind of cool. And that kind of lent to me that this was going to be a smoother beer. I'm going to go a 7 out of 10 on this one, simply because for this kind of ABV, once you get above 8, 9, once, they can go all the way up to like 15, or even higher. I kind of expect kind of that harder hit, the kind of, this is going to kind of get me fucked up kind of thing. I'm in for a bad night. I'm going to definitely be thrown up the fucking forest in a few minutes, but this one's a lot smoother, which is cool. I like it, but it's not kind of what I expect out of an Imperial IPA. And, if I was out looking for an Imperial IPA, I'm kind of like looking for that. This doesn't give you your normal Imperial IPA kind of punch. But I do enjoy it. I got to up it. It's not a 7. I'm going to go an 8 on this one. It is good. But it's not your typical, Imperial IPA. It's going to be smoother. You're not getting that normal, potpourri dish dryness, cottonmouthy kind of feel. But definitely is good. You do taste the fruits and all that. It is pretty well balanced between the fruits and, the pine and the, I call them floral notes, the plant life, so yeah, it's balanced. You can taste the pine, you can taste the hops, but at the same time, you can taste the pithy grapefruit and the sap and the pineapple and the fruits and all this. So, very well balanced. If you can find it, definitely pick it up. It's cool. It's good. I've never had anything from Rheingeist Brewery before, so this is a good introduction to their stuff. So there it is. Rheingeist Brewery Knowledge Imperial IPA. Larry gave it a 7.5. I gave it an 8. Beeradvocate.com gave it a 9. So what's going on in the chat? Not much. You guys got to start making some fucking noise. I usually follow the chat when I have nothing to say and I'm trying to kill time. So whenever I go, let's go to the chat, I'm like hoping that it's fucking blown up and I can start doing that. Fatal Conceit Tim said Kevin did a great job. Among Us, LMAOL, No Pressure, LMFAO. Great band, LMFAO. Psycho Care Bear, beer emoji. Do you like Pilsners? No, I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of Pilsners. They're kind of too watery for me. You know, like like normal.
I probably like Pilsners. Then.
They're like your normal beers.
Like my Mick Ultra.
Kinda, yeah. They're like those. Right. They're very watery to me and kind of like lack taste. They taste like copper pennies to me. It's like penny water. Like you thrown pennies in your mouth when you were a kid, probably, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like that. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. So I'm gonna switch up the videos here, get everything ready. What the fuck am I playing here? There it is. I really wish I could type and talk at the same time, but I forget when I'm. Say something, Larry.
Something.
Okay. Well,
there you have it.
Helper. Devil's Little Helper. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the music video for Devil's Little Helper from Fatal Conceit. And I'm going to send over the info to get Katie Kixx Puga on the line on Zoom. Hopefully everything works and it goes splendidly. So here it is, Fatal Conceit, Devil's Little Helper, the brand new single from Fatal Conceit, right here on episode number 139 of the Rikki ROXX Show, right here on ROX100.com.
You're nothing
Bam. Well, there's that. Devil's Little Helper, Fatal Conceit, brand new single. What'd you think, Larry?
I thought it's pretty badass, man.
What was your favorite part? If you could pick one part where you're like, oh man, that was fucking slamming, what would it be?
The whole song, dude.
The whole song. Very diplomatic answer of you.
The whole song, man.
Wow, there it is. All right, so we're going to bring Katie Kixx Puga in. Oop, that's the wrong screen. Katie Kixx Puga into the chat here. Hopefully everything works. I hate technology, but we'll get it kicking. All right. Kixx is connecting. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There she is. Okay.
Hi.
Okay, and now I just got to get you in the window there somehow. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am living the dream. What's been going on? How's your day?
Good. My day is good. I just woke up from a nap, so.
Nice. How was your nap?
It's going well so far.
Okay.
Much needed after last night and then working today.
All right, so take us through your weekend. What'd you do? Big shit.
What?
Big shit. Big rock star shit.
Dude, I was rock star shit. I was so busy this weekend. I had a garage sale.
Garage sale, okay.
Garage sale.
Domestic
My first
mom.
ever.
Domestic mom stuff. Okay.
Out here doing adult shit, I guess.
Adult shit. Okay.
Adult shit. No, I did a garage sale Friday, which was pretty successful. It was hot though. And then we went bowling. I took the kids bowling. Sebastian is a good bowler, okay? I don't know where he gets it. It's definitely not from me, but they had a ton of fun. We went with Ryan and Jalen and Jessica and had a good time. Then Saturday, back to the garage sale again. And then, what did we do? Oh, Pride. That was yesterday.
Yeah,
that wasn't Friday.
Oh, was it? Yes. Was it yesterday?
Yeah. I was watching
Jesus
earlier and I was like,
Christ.
no, that was literally last night we did that.
Jesus,
So,
I'm dumb. Okay.
we did all the gay things.
Yeah, I did not do gay things. Okay, so let's put that out there. I did not do gay things.
He's not going to tell on you.
I did all the gay things.
Okay, so let's get into that. What gay things were you doing?
Gay things.
What's considered a gay thing?
I remember when you got there. I think you texted me. You're like, "Hey, I'm at the Orchid," and I was like up on the stage just dancing at that little thing, and I see you come in with your glasses, and you wore a bright blue shirt, dude.
Fuck yeah, I did. That was the only thing I had that would, kind of, I guess, mix with the decorum, I guess, rather than coming in looking like a death metal
It's good.
goon.
It's good. I was literally wearing a romper, not the sexiest thing on the planet, but like literally to go to the bathroom, you have to get butt ass naked because it's like all connected. So you're just like hanging out like that. Anyways.
See, I was wearing a kilt, so for me it was like super easy. Just like fucking lift it up and whip your dong around and just fucking go. And just hope you don't get it on your dress.
Had a lot going on. Those socks with that kilt, the blue shirt, the fingernails, your bandana, your hat, your glasses, the makeup. It was like
the boa.
The boa. Yeah, you had a lot going on. It was good though.
That's what I do. Okay, so take us. Since we're talking about that, what does Pride Fest mean to you? Why does Kate Kixx go to Pride Fest?
I actually hadn't been to Pride since 2011. I was dating a girl in high school and she really wanted to go. So I went with her and I had an absolute blast. But then I joined the military shortly after. So wherever I was, I don't remember there being a Pride. I was kind of jumping around the U.S. for a little bit. And then when I came back, I don't know, I feel like my life is finally just kind of slowing down from getting my degree, being in my career, buying a house, and yeah. Well, my brother's gay too, so I went with him and his boyfriend. So it's just like celebrate who we are and like embrace it and be around like-minded people. So I had a phenomenal time last night. It was so much fun.
How you feeling?
Better. I definitely did not get enough sleep last night, that's for sure, before like having to get up and go to work and all of that. So that nap really helped. I was dragging ass at work today.
There it is. All right, so you brought up another thing, and this is, we last time we talked to you on the show, we didn't really get to dive into it. You were in the military. You're a fucking Marine.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing I did.
So tell us about that. How does this sweet little girl become a fucking Marine?
Oh, well, You didn't know me back then. No, I'm just
Well, were you like a butch or something like that? Or like just pumping iron?
No, when I was very much a tutu wearing, Hello Kitty loving, like emo goth kid in high school. So, you know, it was very random that I joined the military. I went to study psychology straight out of high school because I was like obsessed with it my senior year. All of my elective classes were psychology classes. And I did that, almost got a degree in it, but I was like, I don't want to practice this every day. I really like to study it and other science things. So I knew that if I went to college, I was going to have to pay for it myself. None of it was coming from like family or anything like that. So part of the reason why I joined was to get the GI Bill.
Okay.
So I actually got my degree for free because I used my GI Bill. So I did my bachelor's accelerated. I finished my bachelor's program in 2 years because when you get a GI Bill, you have 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So now I have an extra year in case interior design like wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I had a fallback year to go back to school. So
okay, so psychology right out of high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where and a Marine from the Hello Kitty wearing goth kid. And interior design, that's what you do now. Interior designer. So you can, you know, colors to paint people's walls and couches.
A little more complicated than that, but sure.
You know, fabric patterns and, you know, so where did that, you know, how did you kind of fall into that coming from somebody who's into psychology?
Well, I love science, like the science studies in general. That was always one of my favorite. So, you know, my extended family, I just thought like, oh, if I could walk around saying, yeah, I'm going to school for psychology, like they would be more accepting of me. So it was kind of like choosing a successful career path so your family likes you kind of thing. But then, yeah, I didn't want to practice that every day. After the military, you know, just moving around all of the time, I have moved 18 times in my life, and wherever we would end up, especially after I had kids, there was always something like, why did they design this that way? Like, this is so inconvenient. And so I think that's part of the reason why I ended up, you know, I was kind of focusing on that. So I was like, okay, well, let me try interior design and see if this is something I like. It's creative. I get to be creative. It's a different pace. I don't know. It's working out. I've been doing it. I've been in my career field for 4 years now. So.
Okay, so catching up. Okay, so little goth girl joins the Marines, goes into psychology. Psychology doesn't work out, goes into interior design. And
well, I didn't do psychology in the Marine Corps. I was a field radio operator, so I worked in communications.
Okay. Okay, so radio, psychology, interior design, Marine, from a demure little girl, cheerleader, goth kid, whatever. Where does the band thing happen? How does this kind of fall into it? Because like we mentioned last time you and Tim were on the show, you were a lead singer in Galaxy Cat for a little bit at pre-COVID, and we found out that show that band had fallen apart because of COVID. How did you get into wanting to sing and then take the huge demotion into playing bass?
I wouldn't consider that a demotion.
It's a huge demotion.
I actually, the high school I went to, I was fortunate to have we call it Kappa over here, so it's Creative and Performing Arts. My sophomore year, back to the girl that I dated in high school, she was in Kappa in the vocal program, so I joined the vocal program as well. So that's like where you do all like the musicals and you do like solo performances, and it's like a whole thing that you do throughout high school. So I always had the interest. Music has always been something. I took guitar lessons as a kid. Music has always been something I found absolutely fascinating. And, you know, I love music. I love lyrics. It's a really big thing for me. I just completely lacked like the ability to learn how to do it. So after the Marine Corps, I went to art school to get my bachelor's in interior design, and that's where I met Tim and Jalen and Hunter, who wrote Devil's Little Helper. The three of them were in a band called Vox Ad Nil, and they used to play Devil's Little Helper in that band. when Hunter was a part of it. So he gave it to us. But yeah, I started it because of art school. The art college I went to was the Art Institute, and they had an interior design program, an audio production program, graphic design. So you're literally just surrounded by all these creative people. And I worked at the college and I went to school there. So I was able to, make a lot of friends with people in different, programs. They were in different programs. So that's how I met everyone. And I offered to do some promoting for Tim's very first band, which kind of just led into, dipping my toes and my fingers into whatever project was going on. Where Galaxy Cat came from was I was having so much fun and I wanted to actually sing more. So a lot of the people who were in his band at the time made a little cover band so I could sing. And that's when I met you. You did the MC for the one show, and that's kind of how we became friends.
And I gave you a huge pep talk.
Yeah, I was crying on the side of the stage. I was like, this is terrifying. I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it.
I'm like, look, sweetie, there's 20 people here. It's not a big deal.
Okay, it was a big deal to me. It was my first time. I had my bosses at the time that for my interior design job, they were there. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to look like an idiot at work if this goes poorly. So I did that. And then the Galaxy Cat thing was really a way for me to kind of live out that creative outlet. It was never meant to be anything super serious. I did covers of some of the songs that we play in Fatal Conceit now. And other than that, it was okay, this song sounds cool. Let's make this song heavy. It was kind of like a cover band thing with a little bit of originals. And so once COVID hit, we kind of all went into quarantine and separated. And I was like, okay, that's the end of that project. And then, I ended up learning bass in a couple months, and
that's all it takes.
I just want to be my bassist.
See, I had this conversation with somebody at Diesel. I guess it was yesterday. I thought it was Friday. That they're taking on these lessons to learn to play bass. I'm like, you don't need to take fucking lessons to learn how to play bass. If you play with a guitar player, just follow the index finger and do what his index finger does. And that's all you do. And if you want to get fucking creative, and as a bass player, you don't need to be fucking creative. You just fucking ride that fucking note, and it's fine. I'm like, learn how to do an octave and learn a pentatonic scale. I can teach you to play bass in 10 minutes. You don't need to read books or take lessons. It's bass.
Yeah, I found it pretty easy to pick up. It helps that Tim's a music teacher too, so he's really able to sit down with me and go make it so I could digest it. So I can read tabs now, and pretty much any song that we want to do, I just pull up the tab for it. And if it's I'm not the best bass player, I still have a lot to learn. So if it's too hard to play, we'll modify it to where I can still play it, and it's worked out pretty well so far. But I'm very much the person that if I really put my mind to something, I'll just do it.
So why, this is kind of like the question, why did you not continue as the front person? Why, Tim is a phenomenal guitar player in his own right. He could be a standalone guitar player. Was there ever a discussion, with, granted, Fatal Conceit was around before you were in the band, but was there ever a discussion of you fronting another band after Galaxy Cat?
Another band that's not Fatal Conceit? I've considered it because I do write music that, I'm too shy to kind of put out there. The animals are just multiplying, so here's a cat. And he's not happy, so now he's gone. But it just wouldn't feel right if I was fronting Fatal Conceit. Tim wrote all of these songs himself, and they're about stories from his life, and it's his narrative. It wouldn't really make sense for somebody else to sing these songs. Some of the songs are about very, very specific situations in his life, and for somebody else to go up there and sing them, it just wouldn't be right. It's almost like we'd have to have a new catalog of music if somebody else was going to front this band.
Okay. So take us through, you played Devil's Little Helper, and you kind of went into a little bit that it was written a while ago, and you guys were kind of gifted to that song. Why did you guys decide to record I don't like saying it, but like an older song rather than something newer that was created by you guys as a band?
Yeah, so we did Taking Back the Name is where we started. Granted, that one wasn't professionally recorded with Kevin, but that one turned out really well. And that one was completely written by Tim, and I actually have writing credit on that song too. For Devil's Little Helper, it has always been like kind of the heavier or the more on the heavy side of what Tim has played in his past projects and into this project. It's always been one of my favorite songs. I think it's always been one of Tim's favorite songs. It's one of the songs that features harsh vocals. I originally wasn't even supposed to be singing on it. That just kind of came last minute. I was like, oh, we should do some harmonies. And then that turned into me singing half of the chorus, which I don't think sounds terrible. I think it's kind of cool to have the harsh and then like the clean.
That's what I guess that's the thing that bands do now. They have like the singer, and then they have what I call the Chad singer that actually knows how to sing.
Right.
Rikki, you were there too. I mean, you were there that day that I went into the vocal booth. Like my very first time in the vocal booth, I was absolutely terrified. I was like shaking and sweating. I'm like, I was so nervous. And then you're sitting there. I'm like, everybody can hear me. If I don't want to mess up, even though that's the time to mess up, is I could just keep redoing it. But holy hell, was that nerve wracking.
I imagine it would be nerve wracking, first time in a vocal studio and Detroit's own rock icon, Rikki ROXX, is sitting in the control room.
Totally. That was it. Yeah.
Oh, back when I didn't have a job and I can do things during the day. So, take us through the recording process for that song, because like you said, Taking Back the Name wasn't, professionally done, but it came out, it's a great sounding song. With Devil's Little Helper, you went, how did you guys go about recording that specific track?
Well, Kevin and I have wanted to work together for a long time. On like my solo stuff, I just never have gotten it to a point that's ready to take to a recording studio. So in my mind, it was like a shoo-in, like I wanted to work with Kevin, and I mentioned that to Tim, and Tim was okay with it. Taking Back the Name was produced and recorded by, a mixture of Tim and Sean Papineau from Dead Wing Productions. So he did all of that, and he's a really good, I would say productionist, but he's really good at music production. He's got a really great band called Dead Wing, and for Devil's Little Helper, because I was singing on it, I was very much wanted to do it. I just wanted it to sound as full as possible because it's a heavier song. So I didn't want it, I wanted everything to be balanced right and everything to have whatever they do with the little knobby things. I was very adamant about getting it professionally recorded.
So how do you think it turned out?
I like it. I mean, I haven't really heard many negative things, unless people just don't want to tell me. You would know I would want people to be honest with me and be like, hey, you could do better. But no, I think it's a freaking jam. And, kind of one of those like roll down your windows, and I dig the harmonies. The harmonies turned out better than I thought they were going to. Kevin did a phenomenal job.
So, you kind of brought up the people haven't said any bad things about it. But I know after reading, this is where Rikki goes into the drama thing. Okay. Oh, this is where I start digging.
My dude.
So this is what makes good radio. So there was drama on, the YouTube and the comments and,
was there? Because I missed it.
No, you showed it to me.
On YouTube?
Or wherever the comments were left by a certain somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So how do you handle, that kind of stuff? When, oh, this song was obviously written about me, those kind of things. How do you handle that? And how did you handle this situation? Oh, look at Rikki digging. I'm digging.
Yeah, no, it's really not a big deal. I'm just like not a drama person. So if I have the opportunity to clear the air with somebody, I will. And, that's what I did. I reached out and, I reassured, this song is not about you, has nothing to do with you, wasn't even written, like Hunter's got 100% writing credit. It was written about one of his exes. So, I don't need to have bad blood with people. It's just, I don't think it's a necessity. So, I pretty much just did the adult thing and reached out and wanted to make sure everything was good, and everything's good. Everything's good. I think the tweets that you're referring to were misinterpreted.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you know.
Very diplomatic. Everybody's being diplomatic today. I think we need to start.
No, that's the honest truth.
I think we need to start. I think we, as a team, need to start drinking more so we can get the full-on drama and make this a fucking killer-ass show.
Right.
See, it's just there's no drama there. So if there was drama, I'd be like, oh my god, yeah, like what's going on? But it was just either miscommunication or, whatever. But cleared the air. I don't want the bad blood from it.
Wow. Okay.
I told this person too, I was like, I don't really feel comfortable, like playing music that is about this person. So I was like, I told Tim, I was like, I'm not going to play any music that's written about this person because I just don't think it's necessary.
See, that's some of the best music, though. that
dirty stuff,
that pure, dirty, hate-filled. When brought up that kind of stuff. Godsmack released "Cry Like a Bitch" about Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue because he said Nikki Sixx was the biggest cocksucker in the world, and they treated Godsmack like crap when they went out on Crue Fest. So he wrote "Cry Like a Bitch" about Nikki Sixx. I'm like, yes, I love drama. I love knowing this shit. Right. So I think you guys should do that and write a song about. I can't say her name, but write a song about her and be like, yeah, this song's about you.
Nah. Honestly, that whole phase of my life is something that I've put to bed and it's in the past, and just there's no sense in dwelling on all that stuff.
So much content there, though. Okay, so moving forward.
I mean, it's hard too. It's really not hard. It's an easy decision to say no to stuff like that, but I do have children. I'm a mom. I mean, I'm a very I have a lot of respect for people in general, and maybe that's the downside. I'm not the dirtiest whatever when it comes to drama and stuff like that. I'm making a good example for my kids. I don't want, I don't know. I just.
Hopefully my kids never look into what their dad did. I'm a horrible example.
My kids already know.
I'm a horrible example for children. Capri in the chat said drama feeds her soul. So drama is something we need in our music. We don't want our lives. We want to hear about other people's drama.
Grab some popcorn and
yeah, there it is. So moving forward with Fatal Conceit, shows. You guys are a band that doesn't play a lot, which is really cool and something that I preach to a lot of bands. Don't overexpose yourself. If you have your diehard fans, they're not going to come see you 2 times a fucking month. People have fucking lives.
Yeah.
People have shit they need to do.
Exactly.
They can make time for you once every month or two.
And that's what we do. Band. We play pretty much one show a month or one show every 2 months to put space in between, because we do have a wonderful, wonderful group of friends who come to every single one of our shows. But, until we write new music, it's going to be the same. They're listening to the same thing over and over. So we kind of put space in between that. So it's, we're not playing every single weekend playing the same exact song. So it's nothing new, unless we're doing a new cover. They're coming to see the same show over and over again.
So there it is. So coming, because we have a lot of stuff we still got to do. I still got the 20 questions thing that we need to rock out. And, so Fatal Conceit, coming, what's the plans moving forward? Are there plans for an album? Are you doing singles, shows? What's the plan moving forward for the band?
I don't really make too many of those decisions, but I know we're going to go record another single, possibly do a 5 song, EP, and then do an album. There's enough music for an album. It's just actually getting to the studio to record it all.
Do you have an idea what the next song is going to be? The next single?
Yeah, we already know. Mm-hmm.
What is it?
Yeah. Can I say?
Yeah, you can say it. I give you full permission.
You give me full permission.
Yeah, I give you full permission.
Well, as long as I have Ricky's stamp of approval, I think it'll be fine.
Tim can deal with me.
Tim can what?
Tim can deal with me. If he gets upset, he'd be like, Rikki told me to.
Yeah, be like, I had no choice. I was held on Zoom.
Held hostage on Zoom.
Held hostage on Zoom. It's a song called This Machine.
Diss machine? Like
This. Diss machine. Yeah, that's the diss track for everything.
Okay, so I was like, this machine or diss machine? Okay,
No,
diss
it
machine.
is This Machine.
So is that like that sounds like that could be a drama track.
It's actually more of like a social political song about the way that society works.
Ooh.
So this machine being society, if I got that correct, is that right? Okay, I'm getting the nod of approval over in the corner.
I like how Tim's over there like, you're good.
He's like,
send it.
He's like, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. Wait, can I say fuck?
Sure, you can say fuck.
Too late. It happened already.
All right, so Fatal Conceit going to record a new song, Diss Machine. That's going to be this whatever something machine. There's going to be a machine. There's going to be something before it. There's going to be a music. There's going to be things happening with it. You know, Devil's Little Helper. I mean, let's get back to that because that's the new single you just put out. And what kind of blew me away with the whole thing is my old co-host Kevin Raslog was a big anti-lyric video guy. He's like, if you're gonna do a video, do a fucking video. Don't do lyric videos. They're fucking stupid, you know. But you guys started getting a lot of traction with this one. I think at last look, you're close to 7,000 views on YouTube in less than a week.
Yeah, I think like within the first 24 hours, it had crossed 5,000. So that was exciting.
So, you know, for kids out there, bands who are like, oh man, I schlepped my music video up there and it has 45 views and it's been up there for 7 months. What the hell am I doing wrong? How do you guys go about, you know, properly promoting and getting your music out there to get that kind of traction?
Well, we had a really legit plan that we were going to do. We were going to record. We were actually going to film and do a music video. Tim, the day that we were supposed to go film it, Tim was so sick. He had the flu or a cold or something. So we actually...
It's called coronavirus.
No, it wasn't corona. He took a test and it was negative. So it wasn't corona, but you know, he just was sleeping all day and was just kind of run down. Whether it was allergies or I don't know what, but so we didn't end up filming the music video. So this whole plan that we had kind of got skewed. Time was just going by and we weren't doing anything. Between when the song was actually finished and handed back to us from Kevin to when we released it, a lot of time had passed. So we just kind of sat down. We were like, hey, we got to get this out there. We kind of did it pretty much last minute. I think 2 weeks before it came out, we were standing in my kitchen and we were like, let's just do it June 1st, whatever. You know, it's 2.5 weeks away. We'll do whatever promotion we could possibly do between then and when we released it. And even then, our lives got so busy, it was hard. It's we need a social media manager or something. Running social media is so hard. It's a full-time job. I don't find it easy at all, but I also don't know how to use most social media. So
TikTok, yeah. Fatal Conceit ain't got a TikTok or anything like that?
I think we have one. I don't make them. Joe is really good at making some. He makes some pretty funny ones. He actually made one with the Devil's Little Helper song from a video. We went to Blue Ridge Rock Fest where we saw you guys.
Motherfucking casting shadows, bitches.
Yeah.
Next year I'm out.
When I tried to get you a beer and you totally ditched me. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Good times.
I had bitches to talk to.
Yeah, okay. We were seeing Shinedown. I'm pretty sure it was Shinedown, and he actually crowd surfed, and I got it on video as he came down in his mask from, I almost said Nightmare on Elm Street, from Nightmare Before Christmas. He was Jack Skellington. So we put that over the Devil's Little Helper, and it kind of matched up pretty well. So I watch TikToks all the time. Don't even know how to make one. I just... does not click in my brain at all.
Yeah, see, Oscar from No Resolve, you know, I talked to him because he's
amazing at it.
Guy's a fucking genius. He's like, bro, TikTok's gay as shit. It's super stupid, but everybody watches that shit, and it goes viral for days. You'll get thousands and thousands and thousands of views. It's stupid. And he's like, I hate doing it.
No,
they look
he's
goofy
really
as fuck.
good at it.
And he's like, casting shadows needs a TikTok. I'm like, Jeff, that's all you use. He's like, fuck that noise. I barely know how to use Facebook, you know? So, moving forward. Okay. So Fatal Conceit, new songs, album, EP, it's all happening. Almost famous line. It's all happening. And let's get back to you.
Big things happening soon.
God. I hate when bands say that. Big things are happening. Oh, you're going to release a song.
We're all guilty. We have all done it. We've all done it.
It's horrible. That's why I'm quitting this bracket.
Hey.
Okay, so moving forward for you, let's get back to Kixx. You know, are you? I don't even know how to phrase this, but what's going on with you musically?
Oh, just learning, I guess. Really,
This is not what I'm gunning for right now.
Wait, what?
I'm gunning for an answer, and I don't know how to phrase this question without.
What's the question? What's going on with me musically?
Yeah, you got anything like yourself? Okay.
You mean like solo stuff?
Well, solo stuff, other bands, you know, what's
See, I'm picking up what you are putting down, my sir.
I'm the pitcher, you're the catcher.
Yes,
It was worth a shot.
Hold up. No, actually, yeah, so speaking of that, and TikTok and everything, Kayla Drange is a phenomenal, she's really good at making TikToks, and she actually keeps up with this. She's got thousands of views on her TikToks. And she's such a phenomenal songwriter. They, Elena, as you know, left the band, and I may or... You what?
What? Nothing. Go. Keep going.
I may or may not be filling in on a couple shows that they have in July. I think it's still kind of up in the air. I don't think I've solidified anything with Kayla. So that's a possibility. You may see me playing with Stage Drive if... you know, Tim and Brian are okay with it and the dates align and everything like that. I know Jose Martinez is going to fill in on a show as well. So I think they've got 3 shows in July. So that's exciting. I'm excited for that. And their new single, High, oh my gosh, it's stuck in my head almost every single day.
Very cool song.
Yeah, they just released that about, I want to say like 2 weeks ago. They just released that song. It's catchy. It's a catchy song.
Yeah, she's, you know, Kayla is phenomenally talented, and, you know, at Pride Fest.
She's a great lyricist, which I love. Like I was saying before, like when songs have good lyrics, that's when I really connect with music.
Yeah, like, you know, going back to Kayla, you know, I've run across her at shows. Like, there was a Fatal Conceit show where she was there, and I kind of just said hi and kind of whiffed on by, and I never saw her again. You know, I kind of seen her in passing, and we talk on social media and shit like that. So Pride Fest, you know,
yeah, she actually invited us, so that's why we went down there.
So I was there, and I'm like, oh, the music's too loud in there. Fuck that. I'm an old man. I'm gonna go out to the smoking patio with my people. And so I'm out there, you know, drinking and being fucking stupid, and people are asking me about my, you know, like I was saying before, how I perfectly blend my eyeshadow and giving makeup lessons. And I'm like, oh my God, is that fucking Kayla? And I'm like, yo, guys, I'm sorry. I got to make shit completely awkward for somebody right now, because this is a person that she probably would never expect to see at fucking Pride Fest.
To be at a nightclub downtown Ferndale.
During Pride Fest.
Yeah, during Pride Fest.
Fest. You know, because, yes, I wear bows, but, you know, I'm straight male, you know, and there I am.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, remember you took the test, that Kinsey scale test?
Oh, yeah. So we'll get into that.
Yeah, well, because Rikki was like, so how gay are you?
It was a thing. I was texting her, I'm like, so how gay actually are you? You know, and she's like, oh, the Kinsey test, it's a thing.
Oh, let me tell you.
You know, so, you know, I actually got to talk to Kayla, which was super cool, and she's a fucking sweetheart. Crazy talented. And I told her, I'm like, the thing that attracts me to your music, you know, when she does her acoustic stuff on Facebook and all, or wherever the hell she does it.
TikTok. She does it on TikTok.
Well, I see it on Facebook because I'm an old man, you know, so I see it on Facebook. I'm like, dude, you just seem so happy to be playing. And that's what that's what gets me into it.
You can tell that music for her is her life. You can tell that, like, she's just completely focused. I mean, she's focused, she's driven, she's an amazing songwriter, she plays drums, she plays guitar phenomenally, she's got such a great stage presence. You know, for a long time, even before I actually met her in person and I got to like listen to her music or just see her presence on stage and her presence on social media, I was like, if anyone is going to make it, it's going to be Kayla. She's gonna pull something out of there.
Okay, I need to go to the chat real quick because good friend Ryan McPherson.
Oh,
he says Ferndale is always wild. It's always crazy. No, sir. It has not always been crazy. I grew up in fucking Ferndale. Okay. I lived there from when I was a baby up until I was probably about 19 years old. Okay. Ferndale, before it was Pride Fest capital of the world and the gay capital of the world, it was a biker stop. It was bikers every fucking weekend. That club that we went to was pretty much a biker club where they'd bring their old ladies and they'd listen to fucking Motley Crue.
Yeah, they couldn't hold back the gay.
And then, long story short, what ended up happening is, because my next door neighbors when I was a kid, they were one of the original organizers of Pride Fest, two gay guys, and lived next door to me. And super cool dudes. They live fucking out Alpena or something now, but they were one of the original organizers of the original Pride Fest. And, something, happened in there where it all started with one gay promoter. He wanted to do, he was originally from Detroit, but Detroit's, the club that he worked at in Detroit said, we don't want this kind of atmosphere here. We want this to be kind of like all inclusive, not to kind of be like a, gay pride, thing. And at that time where Orchid is now, just west of Woodward on 9 Mile, they were like, hey, our business is way down. We'll take whatever the fuck we can get. We need to get people in here. So they hired this promoter. And, he billed it as, it was like a once a month thing where they do like gay pride night, or something like that, where, that was a thing.
It's normal for clubs to do like one night a week is gay night. So that's normal every week too.
Yeah. So that was a thing. And then it got really super huge. And then at that same time, a lot of the, when I was growing up in Ferndale, it was a lot of steel workers and shit like that. And then all the steel mills and shit over in Hazel Park and Royal Oak Township all started closing. So they all started retiring and moving out. And the houses were super cheap at the time. And so you had a lot of younger kids moving in, because Ferndale was super affordable at the time. People that wanted to go to Royal Oak, they could afford to live in Ferndale. And so they all moved to Ferndale. I saw all this happening. All the old people were moving out because there wasn't jobs anymore. They were retired. They're moving away and they're selling their houses for super cheap. So all the young kids, like fresh out of college or whatever the fuck they're doing, they wanted to be close enough to Detroit to go down to Detroit, but they still wanted to be close to Royal Oak because Royal Oak was the place to go. And so you got all the kids, and then, there was the gay culture coming out of that and the LGBT thing and plus or whatever all the letters are. And so that promoter started doing that show at Orchid once a month, and then there was lines around the block. I remember going to Eyeglass Factory, which it was 2 doors down, and there'd be lines around the block of people wanting to fucking party, and then Pride Fest came out of it. They started doing a whole festival thing, and all the other bars were like, dude, this club's fucking killing it. We're going to fucking leech off them. And whenever they do something, we're going to do something too. So it just kind of grew into a big thing. And now it's a huge thing where the whole city of Ferndale, goes rainbow for a weekend, so there's some education for you from a kid who grew up in Ferndale in the 90s.
Right.
So it was probably a little wild for you to be back there last night and just kind of see everything compared to what you're used to.
Well, I'd gone to Pride Fest for every single year until I moved up to Chesterfield, probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Okay. So I went every single year because, kids that I went to school with, once they got in their 20s or whatever like that, started coming out. And I'm like, well, you never come to fucking town, but you come to town for fucking Pride Fest. So I guess if I want to hang out with you, I got to go there, so I'd always go. God, I don't even remember where the fuck we were going until I went on this tangent about Ferndale. Fabulous fucking Ferndale.
Oh, we were talking about Kayla, and we saw Kayla at Pride last night.
Oh, yeah, I don't know where I was going with it. It was a long thing. So what do you want to do? You want to do these 20 questions things?
Dude, I'm nervous.
You want to do it?
Yeah, we can do them.
We're all gonna do it. I was telling Larry, I'm like,
plead the fifth and maybe not answer some depending on.
No, you gotta answer them because you're not. I'm assuming you're not drinking, so that's not a thing.
I'm not. Heck no, not after last night.
So we're gonna do this in order. Since I already know the questions, I'll go first, then Larry will go, and then Kate, you'll go. So you'll have time to think while we're answering. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, that seems fair.
Okay. So, hold on. What did I do? Okay, here. Question number 1. What is the meaning of life? To me, the meaning of life is to be happy by all means necessary. You do what you need to do, make the hard decisions you need to make to live your best life. To be happy in every single aspect you can possibly be happy in, whether that be relationships, jobs, hobbies, passions. Embrace all your passions and live a happy life. To me, that is the meaning of life. Larry Smith.
How the fuck am I supposed to say anything after that?
What is your meaning of life?
My meaning of life?
Get fucking high, motherfucker.
I mean,
get high in my hot tub.
I mean,
yeah, you are in your hot tub a lot.
Well,
I'm jealous. I wish I had a hot tub.
I guess my meaning of life is, I don't know, to make myself happy, but, you know, to make sure my kids are taken care of and happy as well. That's really about it, honestly.
Kixx, what is your meaning of life?
Well, I agree. You know, I pretty much live my life for my kids. They are my absolute world. But for me, it's just finding peace. I truly believe everything happens for a reason, and you kind of just take it day by day. But yeah, also experience. You got to get out there and actually experience life. You got to get out of your daily routine and, make sure that when it's your time, you look back on your life and you're like, yeah, I did everything I possibly could to make myself happy, or to, make a happy home for the kids and just kind of pass on those memories and everything.
Very good answer. Question number 2. What is the one thing you would change about yourself? For me, I wish I was eternally 27. I would be a much.
It's not great. It's not great. I'm there right now.
I would be younger, and I would have taken better care of myself. That is the one thing I would change about myself. I would not have. I guess that's more of a regret. I would not have been a fucking junkie. That's what I would have changed, is my addictive personality. Mm-hmm. Larry Smith, what would you change about yourself if you could change one thing other than your penis size?
Oh, shit. I mean, my body's been abused. It's been broken, beaten. I got plates and rods everywhere. I would say I probably would have used my body a little bit more better than I had.
Okay, so treat your body better.
Yeah, weightlifting's killed me over the years.
All right, Kixx, if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
I feel like mine are more like obviously I wish that I would have either worked out during my pregnancies or got my butt to the gym after my pregnancies, because self-image is something I struggle with. If I could change my voice, I feel like I would, because I do love to sing, so I wish I had a better singing voice. And then maybe, pulling out all those bad negative things that are happening in my brain, pulling out some of that anxiety and some of that depression, and being able to be happy every single day by my choosing, and not having any control over not being happy kind of sucks.
Okay, so question number 3. This is the question I sent Kate earlier, because she's like, I don't know what anxiety. Fucking weird.
I was like, give me an idea of what I'm getting myself into with these questions. Is it what's your favorite color? Or are we
gives a shit what your favorite color is. And I sent her the question, but I never thought about it myself. So this is going to be a thinker. What is the biggest lie you have ever told to your significant other? God. I wasn't even thinking about this for me. I'm trying to think of the biggest lie I ever told the bitch upstairs. That I didn't cheat on her.
Sorry.
I think that was probably the biggest one. Yeah, it wasn't me. I was fucking Shaggy all the way through that whole thing until she fucking caught me.
Oh man,
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, so I think that was
okay. Which
the
significant
biggest
other
one.
are we talking about?
Any significant other. You've had. I know, Larry. You've had many significant others. You have
calling them out, man.
You have binders of them. But if you had to,
Hey, I was married for 20 years.
okay,
so, you know.
so let's go with that one. What was the biggest lie you ever told told her?
Oh, jeez.
Nah, babe, I'm not a drug dealer.
Man, I'm not really a liar.
Dude, same. I had a hard time. Like when he sent me this question, I was like,
now I feel like an asshole. I feel like a huge dick right now.
I don't know. It's a hard one because.
I went to Burger King, said McDonald's. Huh?
No.
I'm making him think. This is weird for Larry because I'm actually making him talk.
Yeah, it is.
It's usually just the gun show featuring Larry Smith. I'm actually making you talk and think.
Man, that's a good one.
Oh, he's drinking the beer. Come on, Larry. We don't have all night.
I guess it would be maybe spending money that I shouldn't have.
Okay, that's an easy one. All right, Kixx, biggest lie you've ever told any of your significant others?
well, yeah. I mean, I only really have two. I've only had two, in the past decade. I was married for 5 years, and then I was in a relationship for 3 after that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm so open, and I sent you a message earlier.
Yeah, you sent me 2 of them, so pick one.
Oh, just pick one?
Pick one of the 2 you sent me.
Well, probably, saying, no, I didn't go through your phone when I totally did. But, that's out in the open now, so.
So why'd you go? Oh, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so we're going to go into.
Because my anxiety, if I can, prove to myself and see physical evidence of something, then, it's the evidence part of it. But,
all right, question number 4. Have you ever cheated on a significant other? Yes. Larry?
Yes.
Kate?
No.
God damn. Now we're the skis balls, Larry. Boom, right here. We're the skis balls on this one.
Pump it or dump it, baby.
All right. This is the one that's going to get me wow, that late in life, huh? What age did you lose your virginity?
Oh, God.
Oh, that's an easy one.
17. Larry Smith.
Bro, no.
14.
14 from Larry Smith.
Okay.
Katie Kixx. What
I
age?
was also 14.
Oh my God.
But she was 28. Oh, shut up.
All right.
I'm actually still best friends with the person that I lost my virginity to. Him and his girlfriend now are some of my closest friends.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. Where am I? Question number 6. What is the most amount of money you have spent at one time? For me, I spent, God, what was it? I think it was, I got a huge bonus from work, and I spent $6,000 on a bass amp, a new bass, and a shit ton of pedals, none of which I use anymore. So that was the most I've ever spent at one time with one click. Larry.
85 grand on my houses up north when I lived up north.
So you spent that all at once?
Cash.
$85,000.
Mm-hmm.
God, I need to start dealing drugs. Katie Kixx. Most amount of money you spent at once. I'm willing to guess it was at Target.
Hey, whoa. You're probably right.
Bed Bath and Beyond. No, just kidding.
Does it have to be like what's the most expensive purchase in general, or does it have to be a cash purchase?
That you've paid out of your account at once. The money coming out of your account.
So not my house doesn't
No,
count.
house doesn't count. That's monthly payments. That doesn't count. Because I'd be like, $250,000 for this piece of shit that I live in now.
I like my house.
My house is a piece of shit. I can't wait to sell it.
It'd probably be, I don't know, I spent maybe close to 10 grand when I was in the military furnishing my apartment. That'd probably be, I did that all at one time, so that'd probably be the most expensive if you're talking cash.
Wow, so there it is. So did the one upstairs. I'm not that bad. Where am I at now?
7.
Number 7. What is your most embarrassing drunken moment?
Oh shit, I got all kinds.
Okay, here's mine, and I've told this story before, so if you're a frequent listener, you know this one. So I was probably about 26-ish, and I was in a band called Dirty Whiskey. Okay. And we cared more about partying than the music. It was just a drunken shit show. Dakota Starr from Black Swan, Dive Bomb, New Day Revolution, frontman for that band. So there was a small little club in Clinton Township called the Doghouse. Do you remember the Doghouse?
No.
No. Okay, so it was small. If you put 100 people in there, it would be nut to butt. So I had just gotten a wireless system on my bass. So I'm like, okay, we got about 5 minutes before we got to play. I've been fucking drinking because we were always the band you put on at like 1 a.m. You know, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna take my bass with me because it's wireless. Fuck it, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I had been drinking all fucking night, and I'm pissing, and I'm getting it all over myself, and then I hear the sound guy go, okay, you guys are ready to go. I'm like, I am not done. I had just gotten in here. My dong is full on out and full streams of piss. And, you know, I hear Dakota, at that time he was going by Roxy, but Dakota go, we're waiting for our bass player. And I yell out of the bathroom, just play, I'm wireless. And so they start. I'm like draining the last drips. You know what I'm saying? Larry, you know. And I forgot that the first song started with bass. It was a da-dun, da-dun kind of thing. And I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. And I didn't zip my pants. I just ran and sprinted out of the bathroom, totally drunk as fuck. And so my dick's hanging out, you know, there's piss splatter going everywhere. And so the stage isn't super tall, small stage, very punk rock place. I nick the edge of the stage and I face plant into the drum set. So I'm running up, you know, dick full on out, pants kind of around my thighs because I wear those nut huggers and shit. So it takes some effort to get them up, you know. And I'm like, fuck it, they'll stay. They're nut huggers. They're not gonna fall down. And I bit the end of the stage, face plant into the drummer while I'm doing my da-dun thing. And face plant, fall over. I don't know which way's up. I forget what song we're playing. I stumble back up. My dick's hanging out in front of like the drunk crowd. And that was pretty much it. I pulled my pants up, did my zipper, and went on with the set, and it was a fucking disaster. Beat that, Larry.
I can't beat that.
What was your biggest drunken disaster?
Tim said that you had a schlong and winding road.
Oh.
Oh man, I got drunk on Jaeger at last call. And I went to the bathroom and I'm pissing, but I'm gonna get ready to puke.
Why does it have to do with bodily fluids always?
So I take my hand off my dick and I put it over my mouth because I don't want to puke. So I end up puking
on
all
your
in
piss
my
hands.
hands, all down my shirt, all down my pants, all over my fucking dick. I can't walk. The bouncers had to carry me out, put me in my car. It was probably my most embarrassing
All right, buddy,
moment.
drive home. Have a good night.
No, I was with somebody.
Okay. Katie Kixx, the rock icon herself. Biggest drunken moment.
Probably the last time I was at a club before yesterday. I was in the Marine Corps, and a couple of my buddies and I had to like drive pretty far because I was only 19 at the time. So a lot of the clubs in like San Diego, you had to be 21. So we find this club, and you know, we make pretty good money when we're in the military, and we don't have a lot of shit to like spend money on. So you know, we were like getting bottles of stuff and just dancing, and I was so wasted. I looked like, you know, those like things at like car places that are like.
No, I don't at all. I don't know
those
this.
like wavy, like the things with the air, and they're like,
okay.
That was like literally me. I didn't have bones. So we decided to do this on the eve of a battalion run, which means everybody in our entire battalion, like all of our higher ups and everything, are there, and we do like this obstacle course type sharing thing, and dude, I was so fucking drunk the next morning. I overslept and I wasn't in formation at the right time, so I literally had people like banging on my door, and I was so I couldn't run. I looked like one of those flailing arm guys even the next morning because I barely got to sleep. And that was so fucking embarrassing because it was in front of everybody. They were like, are we gonna have... I was brand new to the Marine Corps too. I had just gotten to the fleet and this was happening. So there was not a good impression at all. And I remember like some of my sergeants looking at me like, are we gonna have a problem with you? Like, do we need to send you to get help? Because once you have, I think it's 2 or 3 like alcohol related incidences, they'll kick you out. So I was like, is this gonna count? It was yeah, I still have dreams about that. Because you're standing in front of everybody, drunk off your ass. I'm like trying to run, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't. My body says no.
Okay.
That was pretty embarrassing.
Okay. So
I didn't pee myself though, so it could have been worse.
Yeah. Pissing on yourself is never fun. No. Question number 8 would be, this is a lot easier. What would your porn star name be? Mine would be Dick.
That is not easy.
Mine would be Dick Rockman.
Dick Rockman.
Dick Rockman. Larry Smith, porn star name.
I never fucking thought of that. I mean...
Oh, come on. You've never thought, hey, I can take this body into porn.
One-eyed bandit.
There you go. One-eyed bandit. Katie Kixx, porn star name, what would it be?
Literally no idea.
Katie Licks?
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Lick 'em and stick 'em.
All right. Number 9. Number 9. If you had to choose between going naked or having your thoughts appear in bubbles above your head for everyone to read, which would you choose? I'd go naked. Yeah. Because the thoughts in my head are not safe for anybody. Larry Smith.
I'm with you, bro.
Go naked.
Streaking that shit.
All right, Katie, going. So you'd rather have people know what your thoughts are than walk around naked?
I mean, I am kind of like a blabbermouth anyway, so I really do say what's on my mind. But yeah.
All right.
I mean, they're just gonna know for a fact that what I'm saying is the truth. You know what I mean? So there's not going to be any question about like how trustworthy or loyal or truthful I am. But at the same time, my thoughts just might make some people sad because they can be pretty dark.
Okay, there it is. Question number 10. What is your guilty pleasure? Mine is cuck porn. Larry Smith, go.
Pornhub?
Okay, Pornhub.
Dude, I was going to say Pornhub too.
Okay, can you be more specific? Be more specific because Pornhub ranges in content. I went cuck porn. What's Larry like? Oh man, thank God nobody's here because I'm gonna watch this and fucking go ham.
I just watched I watched the lesbians, bro.
Okay, Larry watches.
I also watch the lesbians.
See, I
have a lot in common.
There you go.
See, I'm the guy who the husband's sitting there like a fucking dick while some other dude's boning his girl. Okay.
That's called owing rent.
All right. Well, I'm a dirty guy. God, I was hoping that I wasn't going to be the biggest fucking degenerate out of us three. Question number 11. What is your worst habit? Drinking. Larry Smith. Tim's whispering, Kate, so just...
Yeah, he's like, say chewing tobacco. That's fucking nasty.
I'd say my worst habit. I don't really have any bad ones, but I'd say smoking weed, probably.
Smoking weed. Okay. Kate Kixx.
My bad habit is like I don't even know how to phrase it. It's not letting things go, but it's like pressing and pressing and pressing until like I know everything. Like if I can sense that somebody's upset, I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So I would say like that's a bad habit. Just I lack boundaries, my dude. I lack boundaries.
Says the person who's very big on boundaries. All right, so moving into number 12. What does your dream boy or girl look like? Okay. So we can start getting into some detail here, or not. Mine? Watch your YouTube screen. Larry Smith.
I'm a sucker for a redhead with green eyes, and that's me.
Kixx.
Yeah, I don't know. Looks don't really matter as much. If I can emotionally connect with somebody and like mentally connect with somebody, I'll immediately find them attractive. So it doesn't really matter what they look like. I used to always picture myself with somebody because I'm pretty tall for a girl. So I was like, oh, I think I want to be, I want to be like the cute little girl. So I'm going to have to find somebody that's like 6 foot, but no, I'm more of a dominant person. So even if I'm in a relationship,
I need to crack another beer.
More of a, I tend to like fall into that.
She will dominate
I tend
you.
to fall in that like, I'm not gonna say like I'm the dude in the relationship, but I have like a lot of like bruh tendencies. So
right.
I'm like, come here, I'll hold you.
All right, so fellas, if you're into pegging, hit up Kixx.
There you go.
All right, what are we looking at? Question number 13. Would you rather lose your sex organs forever or gain 200 pounds?
I'll gain the 200 fucking pounds.
See, that's tough because if you gain the 200 pounds, you ain't gonna be using them.
I'm gaining 200 pounds of muscle, motherfucker.
Oh, okay. He found the loophole. Okay,
Hey,
I'll do
that's a
that.
good loophole.
I'll go that way because I was gonna be like, fuck, 200 more pounds on top of this shit. I'd be pushing 4 bills. Or no, I'd be coming up close to pushing on 5 bills, man. That's some reality TV shit right there. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Larry. I'll give me 200 pounds of no, but 200 pounds of muscle. 200 pounds of muscle.
Listen, I like to get off too fucking much.
Dude, 200 pounds of muscle though.
Yeah,
you're gonna be looking like a fucking Michelin man.
Yeah.
Oh God. See, that's tough. See,
Oh, we actually have a good question in the chat. They're asking if they can decide where the 200 pounds go.
Because everybody's gonna say their dick or something like that. No, see, okay.
Who wants a 200-pound dick?
Me. You know how much money I can make in porn if I had a 200-pound dick? Oh my God, I'd put those guys in black out of business.
Girth or length there?
Yeah, I don't think it matters at that point. 200 pounds is 200-pound dick. See, okay,
somebody's getting blowed out.
I'm gonna do this. I'd rather lose my sex organs because I enjoy eating out. There we go. I'm a giver.
There you go.
All right, Kate.
See, I don't know how this translate to a girl because I can lose my sex organs but still have sex. So, probably.
Well, it disappeared. It just became like a flat.
So
thing
I'm a
of
Barbie
skin.
doll. There's
Yeah.
just nothing.
Yeah, you turn into a Barbie doll. It just all disappears. It's all gone.
You can't touch yourself anymore.
Yeah, it's just like a flat thing of skin.
No more Pornhub for me.
So you turn into Barbie with the flat thing of skin there, or gain 200 pounds.
You could always play with your nipples. I mean,
wow, Larry's on fire tonight.
I feel like I could be big and beautiful. We'll do that, even though I have all my issues with self-image. I do like sex. That's for sure.
Jesus. All right.
Well, there you have it.
Question number 14. The world ends next week and you can do anything you want, even if it's illegal. What do you do? I fuck everything.
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 Not everyone. Everything.
It sounds super horrible because yes, it is illegal, but I would just start fucking people.
People? No longer things? I'm like, what's your fantasy?
Oh, people, things, whatever. And I mean, if it's not illegal, then I'd just go fuck people. Larry.
Damn, I might be with you on that one.
There it is. Kate Kixx.
It's not illegal to fuck people?
They don't want to be fucked.
It is if they don't consent.
Hold up. Take it back.
It is if they don't consent.
I won't do that. I bet you will.
My chainsaw says you will.
illegal that I wish wasn't illegal?
Well, if you could do anything, you have a week to fucking live. You're going to do one thing. Just, I guess, last thing on earth that you're going to do. It can be legal, it can be illegal, whatever.
Can I rob Target? Make my life so much easier.
For that 1 week?
No, I want to go everything that I would want to do is not illegal. Go skydiving. On a daily basis, I'm like driving.
I like how I can hear Tim whispering in the background.
Because he knows me. He knows me. He's like, you drive like a fucking bandit, dude. Like, oh my gosh, if I could drive, I know how to drive. I got my dad's driving skills, and he drives like a freaking maniac. But I mean, he's a phenomenal driver. I mean, I just like to go fast. I like to get where I want to go quickly. So I'm a speeder. I've got a lead foot.
Okay, question number 15. What is the worst date you've been on?
Oh my God!
See, this is hard.
You're gonna make me think now.
This
please.
is hard for me because I've never really dated. I just kind of laid the pipe, and they were like mine forever. So I've never really had to date. But
well,
we're not all that lucky, Rikki.
But
there was a chick that I took
the women
to your
just
show.
want you. You're a chick magnet.
I think I don't even know if you can really classify it as a date. I went to like a 7-Eleven and bought a bunch of those little airplane booze things and just fed them to a chick and banged her and kicked her out. I don't know if that's really a date. She was a co-host on my radio show at one point. Yeah, years and years ago. And then I fired her from the radio show that same week. So I don't know if that's really a date, but that's pretty much, we were supposed to go on a date. So I'm assuming that'd probably be the worst one. 7-Eleven airplane liquor bottles got her drunk and banged her and fired her. Larry Smith. Oh, this better be good.
No, there's so many. Which one do I?
So, ladies, Larry is not a good dater. There's so many bad dates with this guy.
I wasn't the bad date.
Okay, so what did a chick do to make it a bad date? Let's go that way. We can go that way, too.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot of needy women out there, that...
Give us the tea, Larry. Come on.
No, I mean...
Jesus Christ, Larry. Come on. We're live.
There's a few of them, man. Jeez.
Give us one.
I'll give you a good example. The chick in the red dress that I took to your birthday show.
Sure.
Oh my God.
She loved my boa.
That was that was the biggest nightmare of my life.
What happened?
She's a fucking space cadet, bro. First off,
she was so sweet.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That come from the guy that sells weed.
No.
The girl's a space cadet.
No. She was really, really weird. She would just ramble on about shit that would make no sense. People would be looking at her like, the fuck is she talking about?
Okay,
I'm
so
like, I don't know. I just met her.
Okay.
Wait, did you meet her that night?
Yeah, that was the first time I ever seen that chick. Yeah, like
she's a good dancer.
No, well, yeah.
No, she was like, it was like creepy. Like she was like groping me. Like Larry, you were there. And she's like, every time I walked by, she'd be like, "Can I feel your boa?" And she'd feel it like all up and down. I'm like, oh my God, I feel gross. I feel dirty. Because my boa went all the way down to my shit. And she's like down there. I'm like, oh God, no. All right, Kixx, you're up.
Most embarrassing date.
Was it
embarrassing date?
What
was the question?
The question was...
Or the worst date.
The worst date.
My very first date with my, I think the official date with my ex-husband, we were in the military and we went to the movies to go see The Purge. As we were leaving, these two guys, we were in Oceanside, which is right on the ocean, literally, just a couple feet away. And we were leaving the movie theater. It was really late.
Hence the name Oceanside.
Yeah, these two guys got in a fight and literally, started firing off rounds at the end of the street. and he took off running and left me behind.
And that night you decide, this is the man I want to marry.
Yeah.
He was like, no, I thought you were right behind me. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it's fine. I can take care of myself. I don't need no man.
Okay. So moving on, question number 16. What was your worst kiss experience, and with whom was that kissing experience with? I have no answer because I'm a phenomenal kisser, and I can make everybody a phenomenal kisser. So I have no answer for that one. Tim's like, don't talk about me. Larry Smith, worst kiss experience. Who was it with?
Middle school. Chick had the worst fucking breath ever, man.
That is kind of the worst, though. Like, you know, when you kiss like a chick who tastes like an ashtray and shit like that.
Oh my god.
Or that it's like, yo, bitch, Listerine, baby, Listerine. Yeah. Kixx, worst kissing experience, and who was it with?
I don't remember. Like, if I had a bad one, I want to say it's like probably from those like late teen years when you just like are kissing somebody and you're like, I'm not enjoying this. This just isn't, like when they're like trying to shove their tongue in your mouth and you're like, back up, put that back where it belongs. Just no. Or when you're like sitting there making out for so long that it like, you're like, this hurts my jaw now. Please stop.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Being married for 5 years and then jumping it, being in a relationship for 3, this is pretty much the longest I've been single since my last relationship, and I haven't had any bad kisses. I got to kiss a girl at Pride.
Very cool.
Kiss.
There you go.
Yeah, the girls that we wanted to be kissing were kissing each other, so we were like, no, okay, so we'll just make out for a second then.
All right.
There you go.
Wish there was video of that. Question number 17. Who are you jealous of? Me? I am jealous of Ava Underfire. Because we all grew up together and they've accomplished so much, and here I am still being a fucking dork in a local band. Larry Smith, who are you jealous of?
I don't think I'm jealous of anybody.
Kixx, who are you jealous of?
I gotta agree with Larry on that one. I'm not
God
really
damn, you
jealous
guys
of
are
anybody.
horrible at this.
If anything, if I'm jealous of somebody, I just gain inspiration from the specific thing that I'm jealous about, and I do it.
Well, who are those people that you're jealous of?
It's not like any like one person specifically, It's like off the top of my head, like one thing I wish I was better at is writing lyrics. Like I guess you could say like I'm jealous about like the way that I write lyrics, but that's just going to come with practice and actually doing it. Like the way Taylor Swift wrote Folklore and Evermore, or the way Sasha Sloan wrote her first album and her second album that just came out. The lyrics are absolutely phenomenal. Like I wish I had that capability, but I just have to practice and do it.
Okay, fair enough. We are at question number 18. We're almost done. If you could only text one person for the rest of your life, but you can never talk to that person face to face, who would that be? You can only text them, but you will never talk to them face to face ever again. Who would that be? For me, she's sitting up stickers.
I guess I did the same thing with my ex.
All right.
For sure.
I was literally going to say the same thing. I really don't see my ex-husband all too often anyways, so not much would change.
Well, but you got the kids and all that, so you kind of
but we don't really spend time together. Half the time he doesn't get out of the car, and I just put the kids in his truck and they go away for 2 days and then come back, and that's pretty much it.
All right, question number 19. If you could only use one swear word for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Fuck.
Fuck, definitely.
Fuck. All right.
Because you can use it in so many ways. Like, what the fuckity fucking fuck is going on here?
Well, see, I kind of went to like the pervy way. I'm like, what do you say when you find that chick that likes to be dominated and shit like that? And they're like, oh, I want you to have coitus with me. Have coitus with my penis.
You say, let's Let's bang.
That sounds like you're 10. Let's bang. Let's bang and let me touch your titties.
I'm 10 years younger than you. So.
Well, you're a child. You know, so, okay. So, last question. If you wanted to pick someone up at the bar, what is your go-to pickup line?
Oh, shit.
Guns, baby.
All right, Larry went first. He just shows the guns. This is mine, and it kind of harkens to Motley Crue in the Dirt.
No, I got one for you.
Do you know who the fuck I am? I'm motherfucking Rikki ROXX. That's my go-to pickup line. It actually works.
How effective is that?
It's worked. It has worked before. Like, oh my God, you're Rikki? Oh my God, I didn't know you were him. Usually I see you with the makeup on. You're here incognito without any makeup. I didn't know you're Rikki ROXX. You're that guy? I'm like, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm motherfucking Rikki ROXX. And it's worked before. A couple times. Larry Smith, what's your go-to pickup?
It's not really a go-to.
Is that your pickup line? You just kind of chuckle?
No, I'm like,
he's just like smile and chuckle like a creep.
You ever had
It'll
duck
get him
sausage?
eventually.
And they say, duck sausage. Duck sausage. And they say no. I say, well, duck down and get you some.
Okay.
No, it's not my pickup line.
I was going to say, I'm like, shit, so my Rikki ROXX pickup line sounds pretty fucking good right now. All right, Kixx, what is your go-to pickup line? There's somebody at the club and you're like, you're dancing all that shit. You want to take him/her home and have your way with him/her. What are you throwing out there?
I guess it depends on how serious it is, because sometimes I'll do the like, oh my gosh, how cute is this? Do you know what this is made from? And they're like, no. I'm like, girlfriend material. Or
really? Have you really used that?
Totally, I have.
How that can't work.
Oh,
even as a
them laughing every single time.
Even if a girl came up to me and said that, I'd be like, oh God, this bitch is fucking weird.
And then
this bitch is fucking crazy.
If it wants to be a little more serious, I'll go knock knock.
Who's there?
Do.
Oh, do who?
Me, please.
Do me.
Do host.
Do host.
See, some guy's gonna do that. He's gonna be like, do what? Do host. Okay, let's go. We're going back home right now.
Hold on. We got some good ones in the chat really quick.
Okay, go to the chat. I've been totally neglecting the chat.
Are you Lucifer? Because you literally fell from heaven, bruh.
Oh God.
Do you believe in hereafter? Then you know what I'm after here. Ooh, that's a good one. I think that's all that's in there, but those are pretty good.
Keep going. I gotta pee.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jessica says I can just look at her and I can go home with her. Ooh,
oh shit!
I see you, Jessica. I think Jessica said she'd be my man too. Yep, I see that. Thanks, my girl. Jessica went to Pride with us. Holy hell, is she a good dancer? Whew. Her can I say boyfriend? Her boyfriend and I were like watching her dance on the stage. I was like, okay. I'm jealous of Ryan because Ryan's got Jessica.
There you go.
This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh God, what kind of questions is he going to come up with?
Right, me too.
We have a lot in common, though.
Right.
I think that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
There was something else. Oh, wait, I actually have a couple questions for you guys as payback.
Oh.
So I'll have to wait until he comes back.
Here he comes.
Let me scroll through this chat and see if anything else happened in here.
She's got questions for us.
Oh, Ryan McPherson's worst first date. She was a vegetarian and he ordered a medium rare burger.
Yeah. All right. So you got questions. I'm back from peeing. I heard.
Yeah. Did we do all of our questions?
Yeah, we went through all 20. We went through them all.
Mine. Well, I brought my own little game.
Oh no. Okay. I don't know anything about this.
Have you ever played the game Dirty Minds?
It's
like a.
That's
old
my
card
life.
Game.
My life is a dirty.
Just your
mind.
life.
My life is
Okay.
a dirty mind.
So I'm gonna ask you some questions, and you have to see if you can guess what it is. You ready?
Okay.
Okay, first one. I come in a lot of different sizes. Sometimes I drip a little. If you blow me, it feels really good. What am I?
A mouth. Or a dick. Oh, a dick.
No, it's not actually something dirty. You have to figure out what the clean thing is.
Oh, the clean. Okay, so we're doing that. Well, my dick is clean, so I'll go with that.
Dude, no.
My dick is clean. I wash it. It's
Larry,
clean.
do you have a guess?
I'm dying.
It's clean.
Well, okay, say it again.
Wait, so since I'm reading the questions, you monitor the chat to see if anybody in there has guesses.
Okay.
Okay, so here it is again. I come in a lot of different sizes. Sometimes I drip a little. If you blow me, it feels really good. What am I?
Jesus. Fiona says balloon. In
Yeah,
the
but
chat.
that won't drip a little.
Well, if
That's
there's
a good guess, though.
a water balloon.
No, a water balloon. You don't blow those up with your mouth.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Damn.
God, shit.
Good question. They're good.
Okay, you ready for the answer?
Yeah.
Your nose.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Follow your nose.
This is
Follow your
horrible.
nose.
I know. I don't even like this.
Here's
game.
another one. Okay. All day long, it's in and out. I discharge loads from my shaft. Both men and women go down on me. What am I?
I'm not good at this game. I can't do this one. Okay, so say one. Okay, I got to get clean mind here. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
All
I'll
right,
read
let
it
me
again.
reset. Okay, this is very difficult for me right now. Okay, say it one more time.
All day long, it's in and out. I discharge loads from my shaft. Both men and women go down on me. What am I?
Fucking soap dispenser? I don't.
I was gonna say like a squirt gun, but that whole going down on me thing is kind of throwing me off.
Lotion? I don't.
Okay, you ready for the answer?
Yeah.
An elevator.
Jesus Christ.
That one was on another level.
I'm not good at this
yeah.
game. This is a horrible game for me to play.
Okay, here's another one. When I go in, I can cause some pain. I'll fill your holes when you ask me to. I also ask that you spit and not swallow. What am I?
I can't do this.
Mic dropper!
I can't do this game. This is not happening for me. This is horrible. Say, I keep trying to reset my brain. Okay, I gotta put I think I got to put myself in dad mode here.
Okay, here we go. When I go in, I cause some pain. I'll fill your holes when you ask me to. I also ask that you spit and not swallow. What am I?
The dentist?
Bubble
Yes,
gum?
a dentist!
Oh,
Good job! Ding, ding, ding!
Yeah. Look at this guy.
All right, Larry 1, Rikki 0.
I'm gonna have zeros across the board here. I can't. This is horrible. I'm
Okay, this
so
is the
fucking dirty.
last one I have.
Okay.
You ready? I go in hard and come out soft.
I can't do
and
this.
you love to blow me.
I can't
what
do
am
it.
I?
Going hard. A piece of gum?
Yes!
No! God damn it! I said that the last one. God damn. Motherfucking A. I'm horrible at this.
I'm just a good guesser.
I guess what we found out here is Rikki is horribly dirty. I can't get my mind out of the gutter. Larry is actually a respectable human being. And Kate's a fucking Marine, so the rest doesn't even fucking matter. Okay. So, God, what the hell is I going to do now? I have no idea. This whole thing's got me off fucking kilter. Okay, so God, we are running way late. It doesn't even fucking matter.
Hey, at least it wasn't boring.
It was not boring. I found out a lot about myself as a human being tonight. And I think we found out a lot about Larry. I think this is the most you've talked during a whole show.
Oh, yeah?
And we found out more about Kixx, the bass player from Fatal Conceit, Devil's Little Helper, the brand new single. Check it out on YouTube. Get those streams. Let's get to 10,000.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Let's get to fucking 10,000. All right. So, anything else you want to? Anything else you want to do before I have to do the obligatory dumb questions that I got to ask you?
I don't think so. I think we had a great time. Sorry for We went 20 minutes over, so
it doesn't matter.
It was a lot of fun.
I told you either you go 10 minutes if you sucked at this, and then
you
I
want
just...
to see my two personalities?
Yeah, actually.
Business in the front, party in the back. So
I thought it was liquor in the front, poker in the rear.
This is my other personality. I got my Sailor Moon pajama pants on.
Oh, so look at that. She's like doing the hot up top, and then it's like soccer mom on the bottom.
Just gotta stay in for, I literally got out of bed and I was like, yep, I never have my hair curly. It's always straight. So that's how you know where I was like tired.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Where do you see Fatal Conceit being in a year, 5 years, 10 years? All right. Do you just want to get Tim on here and have him do the interview, or is he just going to feed you answers?
No, he's saying he wants to be a millionaire. He wants everyone to be a millionaire.
All of us.
No, I mean some sort of tour. You said 5, 10, and what?
1 year, 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah, definitely. Well, 1 year I want to have an album out, definitely. And then 5 years, I want to be recognized. I want to be able to go on tours and do things and stuff like that. I think I had so much fun at Blue Ridge. I think playing Blue Ridge would be amazing. 10 years, being able to travel around and do shows, like not just in this local pool or doing like little mini tours around the states that surround us, but actually like people knowing who we are and going out to different states and, kind of like Eva Underfire is doing right now.
So in 10 years, when you're my age, you want to be at that point where you're touring.
Well, I feel like in 10 years, when I'm your age, part of my life will just be beginning because when I am 38 years old, both of my kids will be 18. So...
Well, what about when you're my age in 15 years?
In a certain way, I mean, I've got so many travel plans. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Scotland. There's so many things that I want to do. So in a way, I kind of think that when my kids are 18, part of my life will just be beginning.
And that kind of led into my next question. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years?
I've been working really hard on me since my last relationship ended. So I would say even, I'm 28 now, even until I'm 30, probably stay single, work on myself and figure out kind of like what I want. In 5 years, I need to find better balance. My career takes up so much of my life and I feel like, I just want to be there more for my kids. I don't even have them in sports yet. I feel kind of bad about that, but I'd never be able to take them. So I need to find like a work-life balance. If we're just talking like personal life stuff.
Yeah, that's
here.
what,
And
like
with,
you
with,
as
like,
a person.
The band, yeah. Want to excel musically, maybe pick my guitar back up and actually learn that. Now that I'm involved, be a better writer. In 10 years, I want to do some sort of travel. Assuming that the band is still a thing, I'll be involved in that. But I want to go to Scotland. I've never left the country. Decided to go to Mexico and Canada. Never been anywhere overseas, so I want to get that going.
Larry, let's shoot over to you. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years?
In 1 year?
Smoking weed in my hot tub. 5 years smoking
honestly,
weed in my hot tub.
I don't see much changing in a year, honestly. Maybe 5 years. I'd like to be out on the road with the band. I'd like to have my kids more.
A year goes by so fast. You gotta be realistic with that one.
Honestly, I would, I drum a little bit on the side, so I would like to maybe drum in a band.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, 1 year, happily retired from music, get that out of my system. 5 years, be making a full-time income off my new career in finance and securities derivatives. In 10 years, be a motherfucking millionaire and be able to buy any girl I want.
Those are good goals.
Can't buy me love.
You can buy it if you have enough money. All right, so let's go to the chat and see what's going on there before we lock this thing out. Can I scroll? They're not letting me scroll. What was in the balloon? Elevator, boom. Darth Vader's girlfriend is something Tim threw out there. Caulk toothpaste. Oh, this is going back to the game and shit.
Condoms.
Oh.
Gay.
That's been a problem for me before. That's how I have a son.
I was gonna say, what are those?
On tour more album. Yeah. Dude, she's dope. She's got goals. Good goals are good. Good goals are good. Way to go, Tim.
There you go.
So
Way to go, Tim.
yeah, well, I know he's the Fatal Conceit one.
Yeah.
Larry, you got anything to throw at Kate Kixx from Fatal Conceit and maybe Stage Drive?
That would be sweet, though. I would like to see some Stage Drive with Kate Kixx.
See, I've never seen Stage Drive, and I feel horrible about it.
Oh yeah,
like
dude, you're missing out.
every single show that I make it a point to, I'm like, I'm going to go to the show and I'm going to see Stage Drive. I always show up like 5 minutes after they're done.
Right.
Every single fucking time, and I feel horrible about it. So yeah.
So we
All right, what's Tim whispering? Tim, your mic is really good. We can hear everything you're saying.
We came up with a new t-shirt design for Devil's Little Helper for merch. So
okay.
We want to give out a free t-shirt to somebody in the chat that participated. So I've never done anything like this. I don't know the best way to go about doing it. Should I just like scroll and then wherever my finger lands, that's the person? Let's see.
Wherever the finger ends up, it ends up.
Wherever the finger ends up, we'll just get to Pornhub.com and that's just playing through the microphone. Let's see. Okay. So
first in the chat for a t-shirt. So we're gonna throw out a hashtag. The first person to throw out the hashtag when I say go, how about gets a t-shirt? Like hashtag Fatal Conceit when I say go. The first one that comes up in the chat gets it. Sound fair? Hashtag Fatal Conceit.
If everybody is over there on their phone.
Or on YouTube.
Can you imagine like people like running? They're in the middle of doing something and they kind of just like have this up and they're like running across the house.
That'd be hilarious, and I'd want to hear that story next week.
I gotta get my phone.
Okay. I didn't say go yet, Tim. Stop. You're not getting your own t-shirt. Tim's like, I ain't losing money on this one. I'm getting the first t-shirt.
I'm always giving stuff away.
We're a local band. We ain't giving no fucking t-shirts away. All right. So,
I don't think that's gonna work because somebody would have done it by now.
Well, I gotta say go first.
Oh, I see.
Or you can say go, or whatever the hell you want to do. It's your fucking t-shirt.
Oh, go.
Hashtag Fatal Conceit, go!
They probably...
Send it. Full send. Devil's Little Helper t-shirt. Ryan McPherson. You got it.
There you go.
He did hashtag silly wrong, but he tried.
He did what? Oh, hashtag's wrong?
Ryan McPherson, Jessica Harris, both hashtag Fatal Conceit. God, this is weird.
Well, they're just going to end up sharing the shirt anyway.
Tim can't read. We learned this tonight.
It's true. Yep, he can't read.
Can't fucking read.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact.
So that
we put up the... Wait, can I say that? Fun fact. We put up the lyric video for Devil's Little Helper, and Fiona, who's in our chat right now, she caught a spelling mistake. Tim misspelled the word corruption. So we had to take the video down and re-upload it.
Did you have like thousands of views by time she caught it?
I want to say we had like 600.
Okay, so that's not that. That would have been something if it was like 5,000. All of a sudden, like, oh, fuck, spelling mistake. Well, so, there those all go.
Something must have, we didn't do any advertisement on this video either. So all of the views that came, like, happened organically. We didn't do any promotion or advertising, so.
Nice.
And Tim made that video all by himself.
Congratulations, Tim, the guy who can't spell corruption right. Good job.
Good job.
Yeah, he did it. I think it turned out dope. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, are you guys going to go back to doing proper music videos?
Yes, we are. We have the plan to film the music video for Devil's Little Helper probably towards the end of this month if we can get everybody together.
Do you have a concept behind the video?
We do, yeah, but I'm not telling you.
That's fucking stupid. This is horrible. I'm not telling you what the concept of the video is. No fucking teasers or anything.
It's a surprise. You'll get a teaser once we have some stuff done. But the person who filmed our Taking Back the Name music video, Justin Demert, is going to be filming the Devil's Little Helper video.
And another thing, since the last time we talked to you, you have there's going to be a Fatal Conceit documentary or something like that.
Yeah, eventually, something like that.
Do we know anything about what the end point is on that documentary?
I would say, for me, because I don't know how much really, I have a say in it, but for me, ideally, it would be something that would come out. Yeah, I just play bass. I just sit there and look pretty.
I feel your pain.
Yeah.
She's all pretty, Ricky.
After, you compile all the footage and everything from the whole process until you release an album, and I would say it would be, a bonus thing that would come out after the album. So I would say once we have an album together, that's when ideally I would see it coming out, either before the album is released or after the album is released. That way there's more context to what's happening. Kind of like a behind the scenes, this is what happened, this was the process, this is what we did. Here's, the goofy, because there will be a B-roll thing where it's just goofy shit of us being silly, but the more serious stuff where you're in the studio or maybe filming the writing process, stuff like that.
Hey, we got breaking news. Fatal Conceit's opening for Nonpoint. Woo!
We are?
That's what Tim just posted in the chat. We're opening for Nonpoint.
Oh.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah. Tim has opened for Nonpoint before. It was a phenomenal show. It was at the Diesel and they played on the... What side is the theater side? Is that the smaller side?
No, that's the lounge side.
That's the big side? Oh, yeah.
Theater is the big one. The lounge is obviously the smaller one. Lounge, theater.
They got to play on the theater side, either right before or two bands before Nonpoint played. That's been one of Tim's favorite bands for a long, long time. So that's on a Wednesday, though. I guess. Okay.
It's 5 minutes from my house. I'll be there. Fucking send it.
Yes, sick to work on Thursday.
Well, way to go, Tim. All right, so you said the album, and that's gonna probably be the end point of your documentary. I'm gonna leave if Kate Kixx had her choice to book her own CD release party, there's gonna be a show. You guys are gonna properly release a physical album at this show, and you have 5 bands. Include Fatal Conceit in there. You have 5 bands, so 4 other bands other than you. And you pick a venue. What venue and what other 4 bands would you put on that lineup? Your opinion. Not Tim's, because I can hear Tim chirping.
Are you saying something? Oh, he said no. If I had to pick around here, probably would be a venue that I haven't played at yet. I feel like the Machine Shop would be fun, if you're even allowed to do that there. Dude, Jason Kane actually commented a phenomenal lineup that's just absolute fire, and I think that would be the CD release party.
So what is that lineup? Blow up my ego a little bit.
Let me see.
I know what it is. I just wanted to fucking say it.
Okay, so then correct me if I forget anyone, but I know it was Jason Kane's band, and then Fallen Stronger, so Larry, you'd be there. Casting Shadows.
I may be there, depending on if I'm retired or not.
Hey, you'll be there. Who else was on there? I remember just reading it, and I was like, this is so
there was the Creeping Chaos, I believe, was on there.
Creeping Chaos, yeah.
I think it was Fatal Conceit, Creeping Chaos, The Line Within, Fallen Stronger, and Casting.
Yeah.
That was the 5.
That's it?
That was the 5.
Yeah, that was the 5.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds like a phenomenal show. Because all of the music is in the same lane.
Yeah.
So, people who go for our CD release party, they would be listening to other music that's within the same lane and genre. So it's not too much of that mix match. The people who are coming would be more likely to follow those bands because it's all in the same kind of bubble. No, I think that would be good.
That would be great.
Maybe I'll come out of retirement for that show.
And we get a gun show from Larry.
Oh, I like how she's like, oh, the gun show from Larry.
Gun show.
Flex the guns, Larry.
Show,
oh.
I thought that was so funny. He actually took his shirt off and he was.
Yeah, look at that. I'm pointing the camera right at his fucking guns. Look at that thing. Look at those. They're tattooed, fucking huge. Look at that shit, tattooed. Oh, look at that. Look at that guy.
Look at that.
Look at that guy. Let's see Rikki ROXX's guns here. Pasty white, baby. That's the Irish blood. All right. So now time for the dumb questions that I obligatorily have to ask as a radio guy. Where can people find out about Fatal Conceit?
We have a website, so you can get to all of our stuff from our website, fatalconceitband.com. You can get to our merch there. You can get to our upcoming shows. You can get to our social medias, photos, links to stuff, pretty much all on the website. Other than that, we're all active on Facebook and Instagram.
So they actually do the social media thing. I do Facebook. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
what's one of those other obligatory dumb questions I got to ask? When can people check you out next?
So we actually had a show scheduled for June 11th, but it just got canceled.
Oh, damn.
I know. I'm super sad about that. We were
So that means you can come to see Fallen Stronger.
Are you playing June 11th?
Yeah, Battle of the Bands at the Diesel.
Ooh,
But I heard from your lead guitar player that you're doing a house party.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We're doing a house party. Thank you.
Jesus,
Nice.
I know Fatal Conceit's schedule better than they do.
If I don't have my planner in front of me, I'm like, I literally have to check my planner because I will immediately forget.
Because I saw the guitar god himself, Joe Blake from Fatal Conceit, looking
Yes.
for other bands for a house party June 11th.
Yeah, I
at
think we're
his
gonna
place in
turn
Redford.
it into a live stream. We're going to do like a set on live stream. He just got some super sick lights, and he got one of those tom drums, and I think he put lights on it, so when he hits it, like, it lights up. Yeah, so
What's Tim
it'll be
saying?
fun.
He's whispering, but he doesn't need to whisper.
He's
Just fucking talk.
correcting me and saying that they're reactive lights.
They're called DMX lights. Okay, so we got the social medias out there. We got the house party / live stream going on. New single coming out. Album coming out. Kate's gonna be filling in with Stage Drive. Hopefully.
Not
Possibly.
confirmed.
I gave Kayla my blessing, so it's gonna fucking happen because I'm a fucking god.
You gave Kayla your blessing?
Yeah,
What?
I'm like fucking do it. She's fucking good. You know, fucking
Thank you. I appreciate that.
full send, Kayla. Just fucking
Yeah.
do it.
I haven't talked to Kayla much since yesterday, so I'll have to touch base with her and see.
I'm like, look,
how
Kayla,
she's feeling about it.
it's bass. It's bass. Come on. You know, so I'm like, it's bass. She's good. She's good. She can do it. So
Yeah, I already have most of their songs memorized, so even if I don't end up filling in for them for July, if they ever need somebody, last minute, I already have the majority of them memorized, so it'd be pretty easy.
So there it is. Okay, so we learned a lot about Kate today. We did the 20 questions. We got in deep with everybody. We learned that I'm a huge perv. Larry's a halfway decent guy. Katie's more adult than any of us.
All right.
And Fatal Conceit, brand new lyric video out and soon to be music video for Devil's Little Helper. Look it up on YouTube. Stream it as many times as you can. Is that on Spotify and all the streaming shit?
I know it's on Apple Music. Huh? The 24th, it'll be on Spotify?
19 days, it'll be on Spotify. And check it out there. And I'm sure you can probably pre-save it or do whatever the hell they do on all those streaming things.
I just play bass. I don't know. I don't make decisions.
Yeah, I do too, but I have to muster my way through a fucking radio show. Okay, so a lot of shit going on. We learned a lot about everybody today, and the chat's been off the hook. Everything's been good, and we are 40 minutes past when we normally do the show. So obviously you didn't suck because I didn't kick you off after 10 minutes. And yeah, so Larry, you got anything?
Nah, not really.
Of course. Of course.
I mean,
Larry's
I
talked
love these guys.
out.
I love Fatal Conceit. I love Katie. Tim's awesome. Congrats on the video, and yeah, it's pretty
Thank you.
sweet. So
Yeah, no, I like chatting with you guys, so I would definitely be down to do this again.
Okay, so we're gonna get you off the line here so we can play "Taking Back the Name," an actual music video that you guys have. Kate, I will see you on Tuesday at the Nothing More Atreyu Ava Under Fire show at the Fillmore. I'll see you there, and yeah, you got anything else to throw out there?
I'm pretty good. That was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me.
Okay, we will talk to you soon, sweetie.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right. That was a Kixx from a Fatal Conceit. Awesome interview. Any good takeaways you got for that? Anything you learned about her that you're like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Because we learned a lot about her. We ran through a lot of...
She's a dirty girl.
We ran through a lot of questions, and I was like, I didn't want to get into too many thinkers, but at the same point, I'm like, what we found out, I have a horribly dirty mind. And so I was going through the questions. I'm like, dude, I can't just keep running through these sex questions. It's fucking, people are going to be fucking up in arms. They're like, oh, just because you're talking to a girl doesn't mean you can just throw out sex questions. So I had to throw out other shit too.
Right.
So is there anything you learned about her that you're like, oh, I did not expect that?
I mean, it's hard to expect things from people in the music scene. So
yeah, that's why I want to get the fuck out. I think once I go into finance and all that boring shit, chicks will be a little bit more forward and pretty much square.
Right.
Square pegs going to square holes.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a thing. So next week on the show, we're talking to Chris Slapnick from Ava Under Fire, who I believe is going to be fresh off of the aforementioned Asking Alexandria, Nothing More, and Atreyu tour. He said he has a lot of partying stories. Last time we've talked to him, I believe was on the Buck Cherry tour, where I thought he was going to be partying like a fucking rock star, but he wasn't so much. God, why is that feeding back so fucking weird? Okay, I don't know what's happening there. So we're going to be talking to Chris Slapnick next week on the show, June 12th. June 19th, we're going to be talking to James Ryder from the band Ryder. And so we're going to get out of here. Larry, you got anything to throw out there before we get the hell out of here?
Nope.
No. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Fatal Conceit, their music video for Taking Back the Name. Phenomenal video. And I want to be the guy in this video, maybe not as big as this dude, to do the vocal parts. You remember this song.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's like he needs a megaphone, but he doesn't have one.
Yeah, he doesn't have a megaphone. It's all vocal effects. I want to be that guy. Be like, so we're going to listen to it right now. Taking Back the Name, closing out episode number 139 of The Rikki ROXX Show right here on YouTube Live. And I guess it wasn't going out to rocks100.com, so fuck that station. But we're going out over YouTube Live, I think. Yes, we are still going out over YouTube Live. So here it is, Taking Back the Name, Fatal Conceit, closing it out. Thank you to everybody. Make sure you subscribe and get your full fill of independent music. Thank you to Katie Kixx from Fatal Conceit and hopefully Stage Drive. Thank you, Larry, for being here and coming back and actually talking today. I think we're going to have to do these questions more to get you out of your shell.
Okay.
It's a thing. A lot of people are like, geez, Larry is just all gun show on the show. It's just guns. Doesn't say anything. He's just like picking up the ladies.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's okay. All right. So here's Fatal Conceit, Taking Back the Name. We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bat time, same bat place right here on YouTube Live.
change you now. Save your own skin. I'm not your heroine.
Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks. It's Rikki rocks, coming out of the box. Bitches come in flocks, trying to steal his jocks. He needs to be contained with padded rocks. It's the Rikki Rock Show, spreading like the pox. Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks. Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks, yeah. Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks. Rikki rocks, Rikki rocks, yeah. Rikki rocks up in your grill, motherfucker.
Hey, this is Rikki Roxx, and you are listening to Rocks100.com.